Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Farm Bureau, Agent Austin Illum, Rainbow Car Wash, Laurel Diesel Services, Ken's Transmission, 5-Star Real Estate Group, Brown's Shoe Fit, Calvin Rocket, Effington Heating and Cooling, Lily May Chocolate, Marshalltown YMCA YWCA. KFJB-TV, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
Welcome to brand new, beautiful Leonard Cole Field at the Marshalltown Sports Complex. Brandon Lewis with you on Bobcat Game Day Live. Dylan Dose alongside. Great to have you along. It is the unveiling of the brand new facility here at Marshalltown High School. A lot of excitement, all leading up to kickoff in just under an hour from now.
Yeah, it's all the talk of the town. I'd tell you since ribbon cutting last Friday, but all throughout, tons of energy. Tons of absolute joy and anticipation. I anticipate tonight being a packed crowd, at least on our side. I don't know if Davenport's making the trip up here, but I anticipate a raucous scenario here at Leonard Cole Field.
Yeah, players are starting to get warm up here tonight as we are warming you up for the matchup between the Wildcats and the Bobcats. Yeah, the Battle of the Cats here at Leonard Cole Field tonight. Coming up next, it's the Radio Iowa Scouting Report, all presented by your locally owned Rainbow Car Wash with 2 locations in Marshalltown. This is Bobcat Live from Leonard Cole Field in Marshalltown on KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
It's Adventure On for Marshalltown Scouting. Adventures like backpacking, ziplining, rock climbing, canoeing, swimming, and more. Survival skills for a Scout's greatest adventure, life. Scouts give back to the community. Marshalltown Scouts have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community in our 70-plus year history. Scout leaders are highly trained and screened. Parents are a huge part of Scouting, too. Scouting provides unique opportunities available nowhere else. To learn more about Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascout.org. Adventure On!
On KFJB-TV, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
From Radio Iowa Sports, this is the Scouting Report, an in-depth look at this week's prep and college games. Now from our studios in Des Moines, Todd Kim.
It's the 70th meeting of the Cyhawk Series as the Cyclones bid for 2 in a row. UNI host Weber State. High school football, there's a pair of top 10 matchups in Class A, and old rivals collide in Sioux City. That and more on the Scouting Report.
The Scouting Report from Radio Iowa Sports.
In the wake of continued realignment, there's concern about the future of the Cyhawk Series. The series between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State is coming to an end. Recent Big Ten expansion has Oregon State in doubt, as well as Washington State. Enjoy it while it's still here, and the 70th edition is set for Jack Trice Stadium. Turnovers have been a big factor in recent years in a series dominated by defense. Redshirt freshman Rocco Beck gets the start at quarterback for a Cyclone offense that has had trouble finding the end zone against the Hawkeyes.
You know, they've been nothing short of exceptional on that side of the football. You know, I think in some ways a little bit like us. They kind of know who they are. They know where their help is, and they're going to play really hard, and they're going to be really physical. And so, you know, I think that no matter Rocco or any of the other 10 players that are out on the football field, efficiency and fundamentally sound is going to be critical. And if not, you're going to get exposed.
That's ISU coach Matt Campbell. Quarterback Cade McNamara has upgraded the Iowa offense, but the run game remained anemic against Utah State with 88 yards on the ground, and running it against the Cyclones will not be easy. The Hawkeyes have averaged just over 62 yards on the ground in the last 2 games against Iowa State.
And one thing about them, which I can say this, the last 5 years, they really tackle well at all positions. And you can't say that about every football team. In fact, there's some that you can't say that about at all. But yeah, they've done a really good job of that. So they have a great way of getting guys free to the ball, and then they don't miss tackles.
Iowa coach Kirk Ferentz. Cyclone corner TJ Tampa says they've watched McNamara's film from Michigan to get ready for this one. And no matter who's at quarterback, the keys against the Hawkeyes remain the same.
Just, of course, stopping the run. Just getting our gaps, shooting the gaps fast, stopping the run, and then being prepared for them to take shots.
The last 5 games in the series have been decided by an average of just over 5 points, and the Cyclones bid for their first home win against the Hawkeyes since 2011. Kickoff is 2:30. The game will be televised by Fox. After a subpar effort and a loss at Iowa State, UNI looks to bounce back in its home opener. It won't be easy. The Panthers host number 9 Weber State.
What you take from Weber is they come out of the Big Sky. They're the Big Sky. They're 2 or 3 years in a row playoff team out of the Big Sky, and the Big Sky is very similar to the Missouri Valley. You're always going to have 4 great teams. You're going to have 4 for sure top 20 teams in your league, if not more.
That's UNI coach Mark Farley. Drake's home opener is under the lights against defending NAIA champion Northwestern College. The Bulldogs are looking to bounce back after unraveling in the second half in a 55-7 loss at 15th-ranked North Dakota. Northwestern's top-ranked in the NAIA poll and opened the season with a 48-35 win over Concordia of Nebraska.
We got to have a great day on offense. They put up a ton of numbers on offense this past weekend, and they've got a ton of weapons on that side of the ball.
That's Drake coach Todd Stepsis. High school football's next on the Scouting Report.
Okay, men, this is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're gonna go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go grocery shopping, cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You gotta dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. No, you won't. Because that's what caregivers do. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
The Scouting Report from Radio Iowa Sports.
As the high school season reaches week 3, district play begins in Class A, and it features a pair of top 10 showdowns. One of those is in District 2. Zarin Eggesdahl reports.
A district championship can only be lost in Class A District 2 when number 1 West Hancock travels to number 5 St. Ansgar tonight.
We know this game is going to have massive implications for who wins Class A District 2. We just want to focus on us, continue to improve week to week. We know it's a tremendously important game in terms of the district. We're just kind of approaching it that we're trying to be a better football team this week than we were last week.
Saints coach Drew Clevenger. West Hancock is putting its 26-game district winning streak on the line.
A good run going here. Has some groups of kids coming through that mean something to them and have done the work to be successful, and and it's a good streak to have, and doesn't really help us for that next game.
Eagles coach Mark Sanger. West Hancock's last district loss, September 21st, 2018. It'll be West Hancock's first real test of the season.
It's going to be a Donnybrook. They're going to come out and try to punch us in the mouth, and we're going to try to do the same thing. And it's one of those deals. We're going to see our kids respond, and that's the exciting thing is don't really have an identity yet of what we are or what we're capable of doing, and we're going to have to find out in this game.
Though West Hancock is on the forefront of everybody's mind, it's St. Ansgar that has traditional power as well. Remember, the Saints have made the playoffs 18 of the last 20 years. They've won a state championship and have had 6 semifinal appearances in the last 2 decades. Kickoff in St. Ansgar is set for 7 p.m. For Radio Iowa, I'm Zarin Egestal.
Also in Class A, it's second-ranked Linville-Sully visiting Pleasantville. Third-ranked Woodbury Central is on the road at Logan Magnolia. Fourth-ranked Madrid pays a visit to number 6 Mount Ayr. Ryan Wendt has a preview.
Mount Ayr head coach Ryan Victor talks a little bit about his team and not worrying about the opponent, but worrying about ourselves.
It's Raider football, and it's about being physical, and it's playing to the whistle, and that's really what we're doing. So we don't even talk about the numbers before the teams, and we really just talk about us and what we've got to do to make sure that when we get done Friday night that we come out on top.
That's Mount Ayr head coach Ryan Victor. His Raiders scoring 40.5 points per ball game through 2 games. Brock Hinkle, head coach for the Tigers, who, by the way, are scoring 38 points per ball game, is looking forward to this mirror image matchup tonight.
We're excited to see go play them just because we kind of feel we're a little similar. We like to play physical, we like to run the ball, and it's going to be a fun matchup for us. But yeah, they're definitely a solid team that likes to run the ball and get after it up front, and looking forward to it.
That's Madrid head coach Brock Hinkle. Reporting for the Scouting Report on Radio Iowa, Ryan Wendt, KWBG Boone.
1A tonight, it's top-ranked Grundy Center hosting Pella Christian, while number 2 MFL Marmac is at home against New Hampton. And there's a couple of rated matchups in 8-player tonight. Second-ranked Winfield Mount Union plays host to 7th-ranked Waco, while 4th-ranked Lennox is on the road at number 9 Bedford. This season, Bex is recognizing student-athletes that are not just a star in athletics, but a player that shows heart in school, at work, through the community, and in the ag industry. Clarinda's Kaylee Smith has grown up on a 4th-generation farm. Working with livestock sparked a love for animals and a desire by Kaylee to study veterinary medicine.
I've been able to read their next move almost, like just by their body language. I can tell where the cattle are going to move to. And then like just how they behave and studying them, just being out with them. I can tell if one's getting sick just by how it behaves normally and how it's behaving now.
Rachel Ogden from Moulton Udell credits her involvement in FFA for helping her in volleyball, basketball, and softball.
I have grown a lot as a leader. There's actually no seniors in any of the sports that I'm involved in just because we're such a small school. So I'm kind of looked at as the leader in all of my athletics. And being in FFA, it's helped me grow more confident in my leadership, especially.
Breck Mills of Southeast Valley is a 3-sport athlete and works as a youth basketball referee. It's given her a new appreciation for varsity officials.
There would be parents, nagging at me to call something. And, I'm one of those players that kind of, what did I do wrong? I talk to the refs a little bit, and I understand, how hard it is be a ref now, so I've kind of backed down my intensity on the court.
Creed Monroe from Decorah calls farming a rewarding occupation, but says it can also be cruel, and points to this year's drought conditions in parts of the state.
That kind of stuff can cause problems and make it more difficult, and then you never really know what you're going to be able to control. You got to try and control what you can control, but a lot of it's out of your hands, and 10% is what happens, and the other 90% is kind of how you react to it.
Beck's Players with Heart. We close out week 3 next on the Scouting Report.
Every farmer has their reason for why they do what they do. For Beck's, it's faith, family, and farming. Since 1937, the Beck family and family of employees have been committed to honoring God and helping farmers succeed. Farming is full of extremes, and we face the challenges with hard work and steadfast determination, delivering quality line of products backed by legendary customer service. We look forward to standing by your side, supporting you as you live out the life you were meant to live. Beck's, when it comes to farming, we believe in something more.
The Scouting Report from Radio Iowa Sports.
Sioux City's biggest rivalry is renewed this evening as Bishop Heelan takes on Sioux City East. As Justin Barker reports, it's the 86th regular season meeting in the series.
Crusaders have won 51 of the 85 previous games, but it's the Black Raiders who have dominated this series since 2019. Coach John LaFleur and the Crusaders have opened up with back-to-back wins, pushing them into the Radio Iowa poll at number 10 that was put out on Monday with a 22-19 win over Kemper and a 57-13 win over Council Bluffs Lincoln. Coach Mike Winkelpleck will take on his alma mater in Bishop Heelan as he guides the Black Raiders. They are 1-1 on the season. They opened with a loss to Glenwood, but bounced back last week with a win over rival Sergeant Bluff Luton. Sophomore quarterback Cal Jepson leads the Black Raiders. Senior quarterback Quinn Olson not only leads the Crusaders offensively, but defensively as well from his safety position, where last week he had a 100-plus yard interception return. It's the East High School Black Raiders and the Bishop Heelan Crusaders from Sioux City. For Radio Iowa Sports, I'm Justin Barker.
5A top-ranked Southeast Polk hosts number 3 Cedar Rapids Prairie at second-ranked Dowling Catholic at home against number 10 Ankeny. It's been a tough week for scout teams at Webster City and North Polk as the 3A fourth-ranked Lynx host the 4A third-ranked Comets. Quinn Douglas has a preview.
The last time the North Pole Comets played a football game in Hamilton County was on Halloween 2007 when the Comets lost a Class 1A playoff game to South Hamilton. Fast forward 15 years and the Comets are now a class above Webster City, the flagship high school of Hamilton County, and take on the Lynx for the very first time on Friday night. Webster City head coach Bob Howard says the challenge against the Comets will be their high-flying passing attack.
Because we don't have the skill kids to simulate passing games. It was hard enough against the option with Spencer, and it's been a real challenge to get ready for North Polk. So the challenge tonight for the kids is going to be, it's going to happen so much faster.
North Polk head coach Tim TeBrink says the challenge for his squad has been trying to replicate Webster City's single-wing offense in practice.
That is the challenge because you're going to ask JV O-linemen to try to simulate an offense that they're not familiar with, and so we try to break it down into segments, and we try to make it as fast as possible. And at the end of the day, it's hard to simulate.
For the scouting report from KQWC, this is Quinn Douglas.
Also in Class 4A tonight, it's top-ranked North Scott visiting 3A number 9 Davenport Assumption. Second-ranked ADM is at home against 7th-ranked Lewis Central. Also tonight in 4A, it's 4th-ranked Cedar Rapids Xavier hosting number 6 Western Dubuque. 3A tonight, it's number 1 Williamsburg visiting Clear Creek Amana. Second-ranked Mount Vernon is at home against Benton, while third-ranked Harlan plays host to 4A, number 5 Glenwood. And in Class 2A tonight, it's top-ranked Van Meter visiting 3A, number 5 Humboldt. Second-ranked Central Lyon George Little Rock is at home against West Sioux. That's all for the scouting report. For Radio Iowa Sports, I'm Todd Kim.
Rainbow Car Wash has been in town over 40 years. New owners Brett and Kim Canada have been with Rainbow for more than 35 years, focusing on quality, cleanliness, and great customer service. Open 24 hours year-round with 2 convenient locations. Each location has 2 oversized truck bays to accommodate large vehicles. All bays except quarters. And for your convenience, newly installed credit, debit, Apple Pay, and Samsung Pay featuring Swipe or Tap to Pay, powerful vacuums, and a great selection of vending supplies. Follow us on Facebook at Rainbow Car Wash, LLC.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
On KFJB-TV, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
Welcome back to Leonard Cole Field as the Bobcats getting warmed up to take on the Wildcats from Davenport North. Now let's take a look around the Iowa Alliance Conference tonight, all presented by Brown Shoe Fit in Marshalltown. And, of course, Des Moines East is taking on Council Bluffs Lincoln, a game we'll keep our eye on here tonight. Other action around the Iowa Alliance. Probably the biggest Iowa Alliance matchup outside of this one tonight for the Bobcats is the Little Cyhawk game.
It is. It's Ames and Iowa City High. I've always been a big Iowa City High fan, of course, so go Little Hawks.
And Southeast Polk takes on Prairie tonight. North matches up against Cedar Rapids Jefferson. Jefferson trying to go 3-0 after going 1-8 a year ago.
That's a really
0-9 a year ago.
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting game because Cedar Rapids Jefferson, yes, the Bobcats are down. Yes, we shot ourselves in the foot a few times, but that's a much better team than we saw last year.
Another key game, an interesting one. Cedar Falls took down Johnston last week.
Yes, they did.
And they take on Ankeny Centennial tonight. That'll be an interesting matchup. Also, Southeast Polk is at home against Prairie. And Prairie always plays people tough.
Yeah, and Southeast Polk is kind of the Goliath here, really against anybody. But see if Cedar Rapids Prairie is able to travel and be able to knock off, have a big upset in the Des Moines area.
Did you see Waukee Northwest beat Waukee last week?
Yes, I did.
Wow, that was phenomenal. And the light show that they had, I don't know, can we get one of those kind of light shows here? They were flashing the lights on touchdowns. And
well, I actually gave Zach $50 to go get glow sticks, so we might be able to do it.
Waukee Northwest against Des Moines Roosevelt. That's a look around the conference, all brought to you by Brown Shoe Fit with a wide variety of top quality shoes. This is the countdown to kickoff and also Bobcat Game Day Live from Leonard Cole Field on KFJB-TV.
Brown Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear. Choose from New Balance, On, Keen, Echo, and much more. Brown Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and European footwear, carrying multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff is available to give you a personalized experience and can find the right shoes for what you need. Brown Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way.
There's a city within a city not far from here. This city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. This city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
On KFJB-TV, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
Back at beautiful Leonard Cole Field on KFJB-TV, the new Bobcat Sports Complex, first ever home game being played on the brand new facility and turf out here as the players getting ready. It's now time for our West Marshall preview, all brought to you by Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken in State Center. Open Friday through Sunday, 4:30 to 8:30. Not what we have expected to come from West Marshall. 2 losses to open the season, blown out by Nevada 31-0, and then last week a drudgeoning to South Hamilton 48-13. Obviously fair enough to say a rebuilding year, and it will be tough sledding Hampton-Dumont on the schedule tonight. They're 2-0. They have very resounding wins over Iowa Falls Alden 42-20 and Clarion Goldfield 34-7. So in this matchup, it was 48-12 in the playoffs, in week number 3 back in the 2020 season. And of course, as they come into this game, only 14 passing attempts for West Marshall and Hampton-Dumont 29. So this is going to be a game where they are going to look to the ground. And on the ground, Ben Gonzalez rushing it so far this year, just 103 yards for West Marshall. Meanwhile, Brody Walton, 248 yards, couple touchdowns. So it'll be the battle of the 2 running backs in that game between Hampton-Dumont and West Marshall.
And really, you look at a program that's had so much success, this becomes, what do kids do that are so consistently successful? Now they find themselves out 0-2. Great adage is failure isn't falling down, failure is staying down.
And it's never fatal.
It's never fatal, unless it is, I guess. But
well, yeah.
West Marshall's got opportunities. Definitely, it's not 2022 anymore, but there's still a lot of growing and building and wins on their schedule moving forward, and just building to get West Marshall back to where they've been.
West Marshall preview, all brought to you by Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken in State Center. This is Bobcat Game Day Live on KFJB-TV.
Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken and West Marshall football have long been State Center traditions. And with all the changes in life, it seems like traditions are harder and harder to come by. While where you enjoy it might have changed, Bailey's commitment to delicious pizza and roasted chicken can still be found in every bite. Enjoy the local tradition of Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken. Open Wednesday and Friday through Sunday, 4:30 to 8:30. Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken in State Center, proud sponsors of West Marshall football.
The votes have been tallied and the people have spoken. Central Iowa's home comfort specialist, Honest Heating and Cooling, is honored to have been voted best of the best in HVAC by you and the Times Republican. As a thanks, Honest is offering a 10% off sale, 10% off diagnostics, 10 off tune-ups, 10 off ductwork renovation, 10% off full system upgrades. Offer valid through September. So thanks for voting for Honest Heating and Cooling, where you'll find Amana, America's brand for comfort. Honest.
On KFJB-TV, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
Welcome back. As you see the cheerleaders don in the white Bobcat jerseys, as you look in the backfield, you may see a different color on top for the Bobcats. But we're going to turn our view to the south as East Marshall is traveling down south, and your East Marshall preview is presented by Laurel Diesel Services, your locally owned qualified diesel mechanics. The East Marshall Mustangs fell last Friday to 1-1, losing to the Eagles of Sadell 35-18. Junior quarterback Jacob Farrington has been good all year. Last week he was quite productive, throwing for over 240 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he did throw 4 interceptions. Brandon, when you throw 4 interceptions,
not good.
Nothing good happens. So.
No.
As tonight,
and I mean, you just asked Nebraska's quarterback last week against Minnesota. He threw 3. And now he thinks he's going to go beat Colorado tomorrow. I don't see it.
It's buff. It's prime time on Saturday, right? 2-0.
It's prime time for the Mustangs to get a W tonight.
It definitely is. As they travel down south to Eddiesville, Blakesburg, Fremont.
Say that 10 times faster.
I know. It used to be back in my day, it was just Eddiesville, Blakesburg, and you could get that out. And then you had the Fremont. It becomes much more difficult. As the Rockets are 0-2, 2-16 in their last 18 games. They're led by Jeff Whitehall. Rockets really struggle to score, but what they don't struggle to do is in that front 7 on their defense. They already have 20 tackles for loss this year. So it's really going to come down to, I think, Jacob Farrington's going to be productive for East Marshall, but they have a backfield by committee. If it be Xavier Slifer, the junior, ran for 65 yards last week, Connor Hassan, Drew Weeder. I think the Mustangs can travel down south. I think they can take a win back from the Rockets. And that has been your East Marshall preview presented by Laurel Diesel Services, your locally owned qualified diesel mechanics.
When Mike Overton moved to Laurel, Iowa, he had a vision to have a diesel repair shop that would support his growing family and passion for working on diesel engines. Being part of the East Marshall community means ensuring that farmers, truck drivers, and businesses run smoothly. With a large building and state-of-the-art equipment, Laurel Diesel Services is always up for a challenge. When your farm trucks, semis, or other diesel equipment requires maintenance or the occasional repair, take it to Laurel Diesel Services.
Pushed out of the pocket. Barker is chasing him. Can he get to him? Wade throws late over the middle of the field. Is it picked? Do the Bobcats have it? Yeah, they do!
With over 10,000 cars at our disposal, Jensen Ford...
Hold on. That's not really how we do things at Jensen Ford.
How about, it's never been a better time to buy a brand new...
Yeah, we don't really do that either. When you're ready to buy a car, we'll be ready to help.
Try this. We'll get you in and out faster than a speeding...
We don't do that either. At Jensen Ford, we'll take as much time as you need to find the right vehicle. We're not just moving cars, but we're building relationships.
Oh, maybe more of a... This is where your family buys their vehicles.
There you go. More like that.
This is the countdown to kickoff on your home for the Bobcats, KFJB-TV.
We are working our way towards kickoff coming up in 26 minutes from now from Leonard Cole Field. Beautiful renovated facility at the Marshalltown Bobcat Sports Complex. I'm Brandon Lewis. Dylan Dose alongside me. Our crew is here. We're excited to be the opening home game. As Dylan, give a wave to all the fans out there in KFJB TV Nation, including Jeff Brooks back at the KFJB studios getting our scores here tonight.
Brooks is he's the straw that stirs the drink. a little bit. Great job back at the studio as always, Brooksy.
He's the farmer that farms the field.
That's right.
Yeah. And we're still looking for that first combine ride ever,
I
which
know.
is right around the corner.
It's coming in. He did invite us out last year, but we decided to do the crude Photoshop of the Brooks. And now it's the Brooks family of 4, so there'll be a half dozen of us in that combine.
Things are getting tight in that combine.
Right.
That is for sure. Hey, we've got a good one for you. Something's got to give. 0-2, both these teams heading into tonight. Yeah. New starting quarterback tonight for the Marshalltown Bobcats.
Yeah, Jacob Hayes, the sophomore, 6'1", 6'2", really did a nice job at the end of that Cedar Rapids-Jefferson game.
Yep.
It was 3 of 6, was able to throw for about 30 yards, but I also liked his mobility in the pocket. It seemed that Coach Goodvin had really simplified it, so he was making one read and going. Anticipate and allowing Xavier just to focus on that defensive side. I think that'll be a big win for the Bobcats.
They take on the Wildcats from Davenport North. We'll talk about them next in our scouting report, all brought to you by Century Plumbing. This is the Countdown to Kickoff. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse. Ribeyes and sirloins, aged, hand-cut, and served with your choice of 2 of Legends' legendary sides and a dinner roll. If you are a prime rib fan, Legends has prime rib every Friday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m. With 3 sides to choose from, it's chef-seasoned and slow-cooked to tender, juicy perfection. Try Legends prime rib, and you'll know why it's Marshalltown's favorite. Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
This is the Countdown to Kickoff on your home for the Bobcats, KFJB-TV.
There he is, Jacob Hayes, warming up on KFJB-TV as he gets ready to go. His first varsity start at the quarterback spot. Now time for a scouting report on the Wildcats from Davenport North, presented by Century Plumbing. Dylan?
Yeah, a little bit led by Coach Adam Height. This is going to be a little bit different offense that we've seen, but it really starts and ends with Kazimir Rybarczyk is their quarterback. He will run it a little bit, but he's running, and if you watch a lot of college football, that RPO, that run-pass option, and so that really puts a lot of pressure on the Bobcats backers. That's going to be those middle linebackers are going to have to look. You're looking at number 12 right there. So what he wants to do, he wants to read the eyes of the linebacker, and they're getting out quick. 7 of the 10 receivers that have caught passes for Davenport North, their average yardage is under 10 yards. It's going to be right at the line of scrimmage, so Trey and Rogelio are going to have to play good coverage and keep everything in front of them. You flip to the other side. It's kind of a basic 4-3 defense. As Davenport traveled, one person did not, and that is their leader on defense, the strong side linebacker Bryson Antle, 14 tackles on the year, will not play tonight. The name that I'm nervous about if I'm a Bobcat comes on that right end, defensive end, is Joseph Thomas. He has 4 tackles for loss. That front 4 Bobcats have really struggled creating any push or protection on the offensive line. What happens with Joseph Thomas may be what happens to the scoreboard at the end of the game.
The other side, Lance Holloway, he had a fumble recovery last week against Assumption. Nice play by that. So both the ends, they are really senior heavy. As on this team, they do have 19 seniors, and again, just 1 and 8.
We have the commercial for the Embers. Davenport North will fit right in.
That is our scouting report on the Des Moines North. You've got me. That was good. I have to say that was senior living.
Yes,
it is. I got
it's
the
a city
reference.
within the city.
Sorry, you don't usually get me like that, but that was early tonight.
Yeah.
That is our scouting report, all brought to you by Century Plumbing, specializing in service plumbing in Marshalltown. Coming up, our Cat Connection and our pregame chat with head coach Adam Goodvin right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
When you need a plumber quickly, try Century Plumbing of Marshalltown. We specialize in service plumbing, not new construction or large remodels, so we get to our customers faster, from clogged drains to water heaters and everything in between. We can help with a guaranteed appointment and quality, efficient service. I'm Sarah, co-owner of Century Plumbing, and I'd love to book your appointment today. Call 641-750-0108. That's 641-750-0108.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to Marshalltown.org.
Welcome back into the countdown to kickoff here on KFJB-TV. Trayshawn Brooks for the Marshalltown Bobcats joining us on our Cat Connection, all brought to you by Farm Bureau agent Austin Elam in Marshalltown. 34 rushing yards, 3 receptions, 9 yards last week. You got your first interception. How'd that feel to get that first one in those hands?
It felt real good.
You know, our first 2 Lily May sweet play of the games came from you. A big catch in week 1 on the road. Mason City, your interception last week. So what kind of pride do you take or focus or that kind of thing on game day to get yourself prepared to be in those situations to make those big plays?
It's just what I do to prepare myself is just with my teammates, because as long as we're all up, feel better, everyone plays better, like I've said before, and it's like we need that energy there. So a play like that happens, all the energy just comes to us. So
you know, under Adam Goodvin and his leadership over his tenure, it seems like Bobcat teams have always been fairly disciplined, you know, tough-nosed, that kind of thing. I know you guys really probably want to get a win here tonight, you know, open it up at home. What's it going to take to get the job done against Davenport North?
Just our energy, really. Our energy's been low for the past couple weeks in games because we lost 2. So energy has to be there. We have to do our assignment. Everyone has to do their assignment, and we should get this win.
Of course, playing wide receiver and corner, going back and forth, playing both ways. One of my favorite players is Travis Hunter. He did it at a incredibly high level, and at the high school level as well. I mean, especially first couple of weeks, it's been pretty warm. I mean, that's after a while. How do you keep yourself going? How do you keep yourself at top level to be able to go through 4 quarters?
You know, I look up to Travis Hunter. He's always been my favorite receiver. So like, seeing him do it, it just pushes me to go. So, like, cardio has to be up. Like, that's what we do at practice. We run after practice, get our cardio. And it's just like, if my teammates are seeing me going hard at every play, they're going to want to do the same thing. So I want to do that on both sides of the ball.
Yeah. I saw a really cool video yesterday as Xavier Anderson came out in the new home uniforms. What was your reaction?
I was surprised because me and Goodwin have a good connection. We talk all the time. And he was like, we're not getting those jerseys, I'm sorry. And then we just come out with those jerseys. I was excited. It was nice. It was fun.
Yeah, the new red tops. I really like that color. New basketball uniforms a couple years ago. So, I mean, you guys got a nice look, right?
Yeah, we're looking good.
That is for sure. All right, so I know I see you on the hardwood. What other kind of things are you doing your senior season?
I don't know. It might be a sneak peek of baseball.
Okay.
Play a little center field or something like that. And then probably some track. I'll probably do some track.
Okay. All right. Well, you've got the range. I'm sure you got the speed to catch up to those outfield hits. So, hey, good luck the rest of the season, all right?
Thank you.
All right. That is Trayshawn Brooks with our Cat Connection, all brought to you by Austin Elam Farm Bureau. Of course, they're committed to the growth of rural and small communities. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Even if it's been years since you graduated, your college team is your team for life. Well, you can have a Farm Bureau agent for life, and auto, and home, and business insurance. Imagine that. One insurance agent for everything. It's that simple. So get a Farm Bureau agent for life.
Hi, this is Austin Elam with the Elam Agency. Give us a call, 641-691-3899.
Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company.
Why choose Marshalltown Community College for your education?
A quality education.
Hands-on career training.
Convenient on-campus living.
One-on-one attention from my instructors.
Earning my AA degree and transferring to university, all while saving money.
Why was MCC the right choice for me? The great student activities and the friends I met.
2 convenient locations and the option to take online classes.
The right choice is MCC.
Welcome back into the Countdown to Kickoff here on KFJB-TV. It is our pregame chat with head coach Adam Goodvin for Marshalltown Bobcat football. All brought to you by Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. Coach, coming off a loss in week number 2, 40 to nothing, really the final score in that one. Probably a little bit of a surprise to some to see that final score. What was your reaction? What was your message to your team after that game last week?
Our focus has got to be on ourselves and getting better every single day of practice. And our message all week was, we can't continue to practice the same as we've been practicing all preseason and then the first couple of weeks. We've got to change some things up as far as our intensity and, everybody, including the staff and players all together. I mean, we've got to take a look in the mirror and figure out, how can we dig deep and change our efforts in practice and be consistent with that.
Mm-hmm. So far on the season, no touchdowns. I'm sure that can be kind of a little bit of a frustrating point for anybody going through that. I guess what's your message to the offense to be able to, continue to go out there, do their job, try to put the ball in the end zone?
Well, kind of building off of what I just said, that's our consistent message. And then, we've been preaching all week, finish plays. We can't, you catch a pass, tuck the thing away and go score. You break through that first line on the offensive line after, on a run play, go score. We got to be able to, you got to practice that and feel that and get that in our kids' heads. And then, that's just what we've been preaching all week is finish plays.
Mm-hmm. You've had a long history here at Marshalltown under your tenure of having a group that was confident, believing, hard-nosed kind of football team. What's your outlook, knowing that you're still continuing to drive that message home?
Well, that's a very important thing for a football player to have is confidence. And, we put them out there for a reason, and that's to make plays. And, we tell them, you're going to mess up.
Mm-hmm.
I've told you guys that a lot. It's a game of who can do that the least amount of times. And, if you're out there, scared you're going to mess up and things like that, you're going to, and then you're going to hold on to that, and you can't get it out of your head, and it's going to come back to bite you throughout the game. So, if we give max effort, and we're not scared to screw up, I think that's going to really, turn a leaf over and we're going to start seeing some improvement.
Looking at this team coming into week number 3, it's the first home game underneath the Friday nights of a brand new sports complex at Leonard Cole Field. I'm sure that aspect is also a little rejuvenating heading into week 3.
Yeah, I don't, it's a perfect time for all that. It's something that's going to keep our kids' excitement up, and you just look out there, you get excited. So. We've talked about that a little bit as well. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to be there and check out the stadium and all that. And first home game of the year is always big as well. So the stage is set. We got to go out there and, put it all together.
Playing on a turf facility, a new one, you've been able to practice on it all week. Do you think that helps kind of speed up the game? I've always heard that analogy that, you play faster on turf kind of thing.
Yeah, I think, that's a for sure. It's faster for everybody, though. We know that. And this week's been awesome, being able to be out there practicing. And, we got good surface. We don't have to worry about, stepping in mud holes, things like that, and hard dirt and all that. But, being out there on the game field, game atmosphere, I think it's awesome. Things are cleaner. It's just it's a positive vibe, and I think that's huge for our team and where we're at the moment.
Although I will miss that 2020 Cedar Rapids Washington game where it was 6-0, and I don't think there was a non-brown uniform out there. That I guess that's the downside of grass for sure.
Yeah, the Mud Bowl, that was a fun night. Obviously other than the change of the quarter and they found grass, and had one more play than us. So. Yeah. No, we're excited. It's beautiful out there. The turf surface is great. So, game number 1 on it tomorrow night. Our kids are pretty pumped.
Yeah, another cool aspect is I saw the video. You guys unveiled a new home uniform going with the Red Tops.
We are. Yeah, we are. They've been in a box in my office for the past 3 months, and finally got to surprise the kids last night. It was a cool moment for them. Just another thing that we had been talking about for a couple years, and we finally pulled the trigger on them, and kids saw them and they were pumped.
Mm-hmm. Wildcats going to be the opponent tonight as Davenport North has made the trip up to Marshalltown. We'll preview that next. This is the Exterior Plus Home Remodeling pre-game interview with head coach Adam Goodvin on KFJB-TV.
My name's Lake Schultz. I'm the co-owner of Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. At Exterior Plus, we truly strive to build relationships one customer at a time. And that's why we're the Midwest's #1 choice in full home remodels. Located in Marshalltown, Iowa, as well as Lincoln, Nebraska, we pride ourselves in providing quality service on time, every time. Give us a call for a free inspection and estimate at 844-261-6111. That's 844-261-6111. Thanks. Talk to you soon.
Back in on the countdown to kickoff here on KFJB-TV. First ever meeting for the Wildcats of Davenport North. What's your assessment on seeing this team for the first time?
Watching on film, they've got some athletes for sure. I think they're pretty dangerous in the secondary. They've got some guys up front that play both ways with some decent size. I wouldn't say they're as big as Cedar Rapids Jefferson is, but they've got some decent size, and they're a team that didn't win many games a year ago, and they're in the same boat as we are right now. So. We got to take it and use that to our advantage and go out there and play with that confidence that we've talked about.
Mm-hmm. Of course, the Wildcats 0-2 on the season. You guys looking for your first victory of the year here tonight on your home turf. With such a long trip like that, you're going to have to make that one next year. At the high school level, getting out of school early, it disrupts the whole day. How do you really, for you, when you take those long trips, keep your team focused?
Yeah, I think it all starts with being extremely organized. When you have long days like that, you want to, schedule in, bus stops so kids can get out and move around and stuff like that, and some snacks or lunch even, depending on how far it is. And, we've done that over to Sioux City a few times in the past few years. And, it's not quite that far out there, out east, but it's a different atmosphere. We're not familiar with each other at all, but I think that's going to be exciting at the same time.
Yeah. You talked a little bit about the personnel. They are a team that looks like they like to rush the ball, though. 87 rushes, 55 passes coming into this game. Plan of attack for that front to be able to own that line of scrimmage tonight.
Yeah, we got to be aggressive. In our blitzes and stunts that we call on the defensive side of the football, our kids have got to be able to execute that well and fly in there and disrupt things. They've got 3 running backs with significant carries, and one's got a little more as far as more in the yards column, but he's a fast athlete, good athlete, and we got to be able to contain him and minimize any big plays, explosive plays.
Yeah, I know you guys maybe been a little bit bumped up in the first couple of weeks. You've made a decision to start Jacob Hayes at quarterback here tonight. Last week he got in late in the game, 3 of 6 through the air, 37 yards, 20 rushes. Xavier Anderson will probably be more in that running back role from what I understand here tonight. So tell me a little bit about what you saw from Jacob last week that led you to believe to be confident in his ability to lead this team offensively.
Well, first off, Xavier, making the change with him, he's done such an outstanding job for us, and we've thrown a lot on his plate. We're hoping, he's so valuable to our team on the defensive side of the ball, so we're really hoping this is going to be able to boost his game and boost his confidence and his play overall. And then, again, we're keeping a lot on his plate. He's going to get some carries at running back as well. He's a special kid, special athlete, so got to keep him involved. And then credit to Jacob Hayes as well. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Doesn't seem to to get frazzled in the moment, can maintain his composure. So, and he's shown some great things at practice. He shows up every day and works hard, and again, we've got a lot of confidence in him to go out there and make plays.
Yeah, that's what we said on the broadcast last Friday night about Xavier. And he's so good on the defensive side, leads the team in sacks with a couple of those, and second on the team in tackles. So what's the key to victory tonight against the Wildcats?
We're going to have to come out and be more physical than them. I say this a lot to our kids. It's not about just toughness physically. We got to be mentally tough and be able to forget plays and then play with confidence.
Good luck tonight, Coach.
Appreciate it.
All right, that is head coach Adam Goodvin. That is our Exterior Plus Home Remodeling pregame chat, providing quality service on time, every time. Starting lineups next from Leonard Cole Field on KFJB-TV.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Assured Partners, power through partnership. Boy Scouts of America, Adventure On. Edward Jones, Zach Wall, your financial advisor in Marshalltown. Embers Retirement Community, independent living for active seniors. Honest Heating and Cooling, let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7.
Welcome back to Leonard Cole Field as the Bobcats ready to run out on the field tonight as they take on the Davenport North Wildcats. As we will take a look at our starting lineups tonight. Let Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown deliver for you while we deliver you the starting lineup tonight. Well, first off for the Wildcats, as we take a look at their starting offensive side of things, Kazmir Rabarchek, the quarterback there, 301 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Defensively for Davenport North, Cale Perrette, 9 tackles, 2.5 tackles for a loss coming into this matchup here tonight as we see the Bobcats run out onto the field. Their first ever home opening game here at Leonard Cole Field, the revamped facility, new turf, new stands, new press box, new track, and of course, new tops and the new red uniforms there for the Bobcats, their first ever on those.
Yeah, they look really clean. The Bobcats, you can already see the energy, the juice that this new home field advantage is given to them.
Yeah, that is for sure. All right, let's take a look at the Bobcat offense here tonight as the starting quarterback, Jacob Hayes, 3-6 last week, 37 through the air, 25 on the ground. As Xavier Anderson, 48 rushing yards. He'll switch back to that running back role here tonight. Defensively for the Bobcats, led by Xavier Anderson, number 1 defensively, 8 total tackles, couple sacks on the season. Davis Ragland also 9 total tackles, and that leads the team. Kickoff, week 3 at home. The home opener for the Bobcats is coming up next. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Pence Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Pence Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
As the saying goes, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
Ring's got a little bit of a seam, gets outside the hash marks at the 40, 50, he might go all the way, 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Tate Ring.
Now you may be asking, what's the new beginning really look like?
Up fakes, rolls out near side passing, and it's picked. Trayshawn Brooks has it at the 10, he's going to bring it back.
it looks like this.
It's week 3. The Cats feeling good about themselves here tonight. They're 0-2, looking for their first victory in their home uniforms. New ones, you know, the great Dion Prime Sanders once said, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. If you play good, I don't know if you can make much money, but, you know,
there at least is at the high school level. High school NIL you can do high school NIL.
They pay good.
Yeah, that's right. No, I don't know if you noticed it, but there's a bounce in the step.
Yeah,
they look
something
good.
we haven't seen first couple weeks.
Exactly.
Yep.
It feels like this has been building up. Hey, we're getting this new facility. Hey, we have to look at the field. Hey, we're practicing over here. We can see it, but we can't touch it. And now the new jerseys, the kids are stoked about that. Now getting on that field. I anticipate a much more rejuvenated, energetic, and maybe even a little bit more physical Marshalltown Bobcats here tonight.
All right, quickly, we'll go into your keys of the game for the matchup here tonight between the Wildcats and the Bobcats, Dylan.
Yeah, I'll start with it's so fresh and so clean, right? Brand new, fresh, clean stadium, fresh, clean uniforms, a fresh new quarterback. This has an opportunity for the Bobcats to hit the restart and have a brand new season. On the flip side, you have that QB1. It all comes and goes with Kazimir Rybarczyk. What he does, if he's able to throw the ball, get open receivers, if he's able to run for first downs, Bobcats may be in trouble.
Luis Monge is going to tee it up, as so far no touchbacks on the season. We'll see if he can get one on his home turf here tonight. It is the 5-Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown Kickoff. 5-Star Real Estate Group, your home team advantage. Week 3, Bobcats looking to get the job done. 2 0-2 teams. Somebody's going home a winner here tonight. It's the red and blue versus the yellow and blue. Boom, we are underway. Week number 3 as the Wildcats receive to begin the game. Ane's kick is down to the 3-yard line. It'll return to the near side and put out of bounds at the 35. Returned by number 9, Burridge, the junior wide receiver at 5'9", 150 on the return for the Wildcats. All right, so we talked about him. Kaz Rybarczyk, the quarterback, 31 of 55. 301 through the air, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 93 rushing yards, that RPO style of things. If the Bobcats can pick him early, potentially get some momentum.
That's the thing. 4 picks on the years. Bobcats have only forced 1 turnover, and that was by Trey Brooks' pick. The Bobcats can get 2 or 3 of those. That's really going to help a stagnant Bobcats offense.
New digs, new stadium here tonight as Rybarczyk will put a man in motion. They'll hand it off. They'll go off of left tackle, put a shoulder down. Xavier Anderson and crew over there, as well as coming up, Corey Smith out of the safety spot in there to help make the tackle as Bogan went off left tackle, and he'll pick up 2 yards on first down.
Great job by Corey on that RPO. He knew exactly, saw the handoff, made a break for it. Nice tackle.
Bogan stands to the left of his quarterback. RPO, QB keeper, dive up to the 41-yard line. A solid gain of 4 to bring up 3rd down and 4.
First time we could say it authentically. I think the turf monster got him a little bit there. Tripped him up as he dove forward for 4 yards.
Quick moving offense, so keep everybody at the line of scrimmage. And 4 wide receivers set. Rybarczyk in the pistol has his running back in Mason Bogan. Number 23, the junior running back behind him. He'll pull it down after looking to pass, and the Bobcats will bring him down short of the first down markers. It'll be a gain of 2, but it looks like we have a flag on the field, and holding is the initial call. And we'll see if it's 4th down and 2 or if the Bobcats will elect to replay 3rd down. But I'm sure as the tackle brought in there as Owen Eaton was there to eat up Rybarczyk, the quarterback. It'll be 4th down and 2 as the penalty will be declined. And we'll see if that RPO offense will stay out there as they are at the 43-yard line. And here we do see the special teams unit come out. Bogan is the running back, but he's also the punter. 9 punts, averaging 37 yards per punt coming into this one. With 10:50 and counting in the opening quarter of play, it's scoreless between the Wildcats and the Bobcats. Wildcats on their opening drive having to punt it away here.
Yeah, and this is where you have your running back as your punter. It creates maybe a little bit of opportunity here around midfield as Davenport go early.
Punt is away from Bogan. It's a low-line drive as it will hit back at the 30, and it's picked up by the Bobcats. It spun around as Corey Smith. He maybe returns it for a yard or two. As coming up and making the stop is T.J. Ogden, the senior, for the Wildcats. So here comes the Bobcat offense. There he is, starting quarterback tonight, number 12 for the Bobcats in Jacob Hayes. You know, it's a lot for a sophomore to come in this situation, but we really, really liked how he handled himself last week in a little bit of garbage time in a game the Bobcats were losing, but he was effective, moved the game. Also, Tate Ring, who was bumped up last week, he is good to go here tonight. He's in that backfield. He'll get the handoff on first down, makes a nice read off right tackle. Good blocking by the wide receivers, but I think we're going to see holding out there on potentially Aiden Smitherman, or actually Davis Ragland. And this one might be coming back as it looked to be a good run on first down, but unfortunately might be coming back on the yellow.
Yeah, anytime you get it bounced to the outside and you're a wide receiver, the whole thing, the line judge is going to be looking at your hands, and there was a clear hold there on the corner. But it's great to have Tate back. That's a big win for a sophomore quarterback. Anticipate it to be a pretty simplified offense, just kind of a step and go.
A little bit of a disappointing season. I know he's been bumped up, but only 10 carries for 40 yards. Sat out a lot last week with that injury. They are in the pistol formation, 3 backs, and it's same play off of right tackle. Good cut by Tate as he gets up past the 25 and pushed out of bounds at the 31-yard line. So a nice run after that hold as it is second down and 3 yards to go. We'll make it 4 yards to go to the Bobcats. They need to get to the 34.5-yard line to pick up the first.
And Tate had those 10 carries for 40 yards in a quarter and a half against Mason City. When the Bobcats, it was 0-0 when Tate got dinged up, and Bobcats have not had that consistent run. Tate is a home run hitter and brings a lot of juice to this Bobcat lineup.
Trayshawn Brooks on the bottom of your screen. And with 8 seconds left on the play clock, we have a substitution. One of the players on the defensive line is down. Big old number 70, Watson, the sophomore, is checking in. Tretarius Watson.
That's a great name.
That is a great name. The player down on the field is Antonio Ochoa. 5 tackles, a senior, 6 foot 220. You know, senior on that defensive line. Also on the offensive line, 5 across, all seniors. So that is the one advantage I would have to say, because nothing really can replicate reps.
Well, yeah, you look at that, and talking to Coach Furge, talking to Coach Goodvin, talking to offensive line coach Mark Bohan as well, is everyone will mention we're just so inexperienced in the trenches. We don't have that type of experience, and we see that. Davenport North, that's where they get to rely on it. If you're solid in the trenches, you have a good opportunity to win.
Yeah, that is for sure. Tyler Muller, one of the guys down there running the chains, he reached out to me earlier, and Brad Braga, who is a big Bobcat fan, they passed along first ever meeting all time ever between Davenport North and Marshalltown. Although Bobcats have faced some Davenport teams before, I believe. No, they have not. Never mind.
First of a lifetime right here.
First of a lifetime, that is for sure. First of a lifetime at Leonard Cole Field. Jacob Hayes keeps it on second down as the Bobcats go off right tackle on second down and a long 3. It's going to be close to the first down. And I think the near side official is giving it to him up at the 35-yard line. So that'll be a first down. Jacob Hayes moves the sticks with 9:59 and counting here in this first quarter of action.
This is the 3rd week in a row we've seen Jacob. He gets the ball. He doesn't dance around. He finds his lane and he goes. He may not pick up 10 yards every time, but he's getting positive yards every time he seeks to run the football.
Ball on the near side hash mark. Drive started at the 24 for the Bobcats. Claps his hands. Direct snap is to Tate Ring. He's going to fall forward for a 3-yard gain. And that one right there almost a miscommunication because it looked like Jacob was also going for that ball there, too.
It seemed Tate and Owen Eaton met at the ball, and I just have an idea that with Owen playing the line that was towards Tate, and it just got a little locked up, lucky to get the yards they did.
Yeah, I don't think they're going guard direct snap. Probably not. 9:08 and counting, first quarter. Handoff, Tate Ring goes, bounces it off. Left tackle has a nice block out there from Corey Smith, who springs him for the first down just shy of the 50 as Tate Ring, a good 10-yard run right there on second down.
Just going off that left tackle. But here's the thing with Tate. He's got juice. Trey is the fastest person on the team, but Tate has that running back vision, and he goes hard to the hole, runs with power and with speed.
A nice run by Tate Ring, has 21 yards on 3 carries now, 8:47 and counting, first quarter. Bobcats on their first drive of the game. Fake the handoff, roll out near side. Quick pass into the flat. Kuzaro makes the catch at the 50. Can't break out of the tackle. He's over midfield as the Bobcats are into Wildcat territory as the battle of the Cats early on here. Bobcats leading that after the Wildcats went 3 and out on their first drive.
It was only a 3-yard completion, but good to get Jacob in rhythm. But what I really like is coming out of the rollout, Caleb was covered, and Jacob allowed another second right before he was getting to be hit, allowed Caleb to run open and put it right on the money.
Here in this opening quarter of play up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard, it's 0-0 between the Bobcats and the Wildcats. 8 minutes to go. Handoff, right side, breaking a tackle. There's Xavier Anderson. First time we've seen him carry tonight. Boy, he's taking a lot of Wildcats with him down to the 36-yard line. First down for Xavier Anderson, adding to the 48 rushing yards he had coming into the night.
Yeah, I love the energy. Xavier's able to get big. You see it right here. Jacob hands it off to the deep back and just bouncing, finding the seam, getting over, being able to just drag defenders for about 7, 8, almost 9 yards. Big pickup for the Bobcats.
At the 36-yard line, near side hash, underneath center is Hayes. 2 backs, Xavier Anderson, one of those, gets the handoff again, falls over the 35, down to the 34-yard line. 2-yard pickup on first down. Bobcats coming into this one 0-2. Of course, a week 1 loss to Mason City, 32-3, and then last week, week 2, really a game where they got deflated early on in that one. And Jefferson had an opportunity to run up at least 50 in that game, but they missed a field goal and some other miscues. So 40-0, the final score last week. Some changes this week. Of course, excitement over new uniforms, new facility here. And the Bobcats looking good, moving the chains with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter on their opening drive. Hayes looks to pass. He'll go on a slant route. Trayshawn Brooks makes the catch at the 25. Breaks 2 tackles. Touchdown! Bobcats, their first of the season, as it's Trayshawn Brooks, his 4th reception of the season. They actually make that 6th reception of the season. And how about this over to our right?
My goodness, they've got the glove going. You see the swing across is a slant pattern. Jacob put it on the money, and then when you put it in the hands of money, Trey Brooks, 25 yards after the catch for 6, and we've got the disco ball going, a full crowd still streaming in, going crazy. The sophomore completes his first 2 passes, including a touchdown to the senior Trey Brooks.
Yeah, so the Bobcats get the touchdown, and Monet is on for the PAT. It's up and it's good, and it's 7-0. Bobcats leading with 6:53 opening quarter. Light up the disco ball. The first touchdown is in for the Cats.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
33-yard touchdown strike from Jacob Hayes. How about that? Your first varsity start at quarterback. You hit that slant route. That's an easy one because Trayshawn did all the rest of the work.
Yeah, you put it in his hands. I was talking to his dad right before the game, and he goes, Jacob's actually been low-key all week, just like Coach Goodman said, not up, not down. He goes, now for his mother and I, we've been a little up and down.
Rightly so. Kickoff all brought to you by 5-Star Real Estate Group of Marshalltown, online at 5starhometeam.com. Monghay is out to kick this one away as Bobcats leading 7-0 in the first quarter with 6:53 to go. As Monghay out there, left-footed kicker puts a boot into this one. It's back to the 5-yard line, fielded by the Wildcats. And the reverse field up to the 25 and brought down at the 30-yard line. As on the return for the Wildcats, Stuckel, as Jaden Stuckel, the senior wide receiver on the return. He comes in on the season, 6 receptions, 38 yards. As second drive of the night, first one resulted in a punt for the Wildcats.
Yeah, defense was really good, flying around. Going with that RPO, this style almost benefits this type of Bobcat defense at 3-4, where the strength is in the back 7. They're able to read and react and make plays.
Kyle Smith in at corner for Trayshawn Brooks after he had that 33-yard touchdown reception to take the lead 7-0. RPO, quick pass out into the flat. Rogelio Sarin just missed the tackle, and it's going to be a 15-plus yard gain on first down to move the chains. As out there on the far side of the field making the reception, Israel Harper, his 8th reception right there. He came in 7 receptions, 38 yards for the Wildcats.
Yeah, you see Rogelio, he got put in there, couldn't make the tackle, and that's going to be a big deal for the Bobcats with those quick outs, is that cornerback is going to be on an island, needs to make those tackles.
Quick snap here. I think they missed the wide receiver handoff, and boy, eating him up in the backfield. Ball might almost came out there, but great job by the Bobcats getting in there to make the tackle. Jacob Gudith, the senior linebacker, 5.5 tackles coming into this one. We take a look at the replay here. I think they wanted that handoff. It was an RPO, but he was not able to reach out there and get it to his wide receiver.
That play looked real Gudith to me. How about you, Brandon? That's terrible.
That was.
I apologize.
Man, that was Chris Collinsworth bad. I expect more out of you. 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Cats up 7-0 against the Wildcats. And a slant route, and it is incomplete, in and out of the hands of Connell Burridge, as he came in. 3 receptions, 94 yards, and a touchdown on the season. And it's now a 3rd down and 14 yards to go for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and that was all Owen Eaton up front. He was able to get pressure, and it caused Kaz to be able to miss throw and throw it behind him.
Barchak drops back, rolling out to his right. Sidearms that one, and good yardage, but Xavier Anderson pushes him out shy of the first down. Probably 4-down territory here. It's going to be 4th and 4 for the Wildcats with 5:50 and counting in the first quarter. They're going to hurry up, get to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's what they wanted.
Exactly what they wanted to do. They wanted to try to draw the Bobcats offside, and unfortunately the Bobcats were not ready for it, and jumping offside.
It's Owen Eaton.
It was Owen Eaton, okay. I couldn't see it. He was standing to the side. I thought that was him, but unfortunately not a great play right there for Eaton. The junior gives up an easy first down and 5 yards.
And Tim Holmgren is loudly telling him that was not the right play on the side.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
You cannot make that happen. And
they were going to call a timeout, maybe punt.
Exactly.
Yep. And now you give him first down. We'll see what this drive turns into. Bring the running back in motion. Boy, huge cutback lane. He's down to the 30 and a first down. 11-yard pickup on first down for Mason Bogan. And when he has space, he looks like he is shifty enough to get the job done. He had a nice cutback here as he got to the left tackle. He decided, nope, not going to go outside.
You see just the jet sweep was able to get him moving.
There he is again. Bogan off of right tackle as he sweeps around to the far side. And now they've got that offense rolling after that penalty on the Bobcat defensive line.
Well, you're talking about that senior-laden offensive line. 2 plays ago, Holden Phillips, the left guard, opened the way. This time it's Antonio Ochoa and Lance Holloway on the right side.
2nd down and 3 for the Wildcats. In the pistol formation, Bogan is the deep back. High snap brings it down, fakes the handoff to Bogan. And reaching out, first down yardage. He looked to be down. Yes, he was. As Kaz Rabarchak picks up the first down on the ground as a very tall junior at 6'2", 200. I almost thought he was taller than 6'2", maybe 6'3" or so, but what's an inch here or there? Right, Dylan?
I'd take 5'8". I'll tell you that, so an inch is all right for me.
That is for sure. Pistol formation again. 2 wide receivers set to the near side and 1 to the far side. Bogan, spin move at the 15, and he's fighting for first down yardage. He's going to be short as we tick near 4:40 and counting in the first quarter. Hurry up offense, and they have caught the Bobcats off guard after they almost got off the field. Another 6-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 4. A ball on the far side hash mark with 4.5 minutes to go. Quarterback run right up the middle and diving for the end zone, but pushed back at the 1-yard line. Rabarczyk with a big gain on first down of 16 yards down to the 1.
Yeah, one of the adages on the line is don't let yourself get blocked. And right now the Bobcats are letting themselves get blocked.
And I think a timeout on the field. We'll see who took it. And the Bobcats take the timeout. We'll take one with them. 4:17 first quarter. Wildcats on the doorstep of the end zone on KFJB-TV.
Sign up now for the Bowling League at Wayward Social in Marshalltown. So enjoy that like you did so many times in the past. Also enjoy their outdoor patio, Gutter Point Patio and Bar for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. Daily lunch specials each Tuesday through Friday. Happy hours from 3 to 6 p.m. Also Tuesday through Friday. It's a great place to meet your friends after work. Whether it's bowling, dining, the arcade, or your favorite beverage, Wayward Social is the place for you on South 6th Street in Marshalltown.
Regional scoreboard update all brought to you by Central State Bank.
Last night, Ottumwa defeated Des Moines Lincoln 29-12. West Marshall finds himself down 29-0 with 3 minutes left to go. Nashua Plainfield leads BCLUW 22-6 at half.
Wildcats back out on the field after a Bobcat timeout. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Handoff Bogan, right guard, dives to the end zone. Touchdown. Wildcats strike right back. A 4th down and 3, or 4th down and 4. Bobcats jump offside. Odin Eaton gives them a free first down, and then they drive right down the field after that and completed on this play. Bogan, the deep back, got it and dove for the end zone underneath the tackle of Xavier Anderson. PAT to come.
Yeah, you look inside, just able to get pushing in that inside. The defensive tackles for Bobcats could not get any pressure.
Low kick, but it just gets through as it is going to be good for Nego. And Stephen Neal makes the PAT to tie it up 7 apiece in the first quarter with 4:13 on KFJB-TV.
There's a city within a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
At Honest Heating and Cooling, they take comfort seriously. Their latest offering? Smart Integrity Monitoring. Combined with an honest maintenance plan, it takes all the guessing out of home comfort. Their technicians take accurate measurements of all the necessary parameters and deliver you the truth about where your home's comfort stands. If you're not measuring, you're just guessing. That's honest. Get a Smart Integrity Monitoring plan and let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7. Honest Heating and Cooling.
KFJB-TV presents the Bobcat.
70-yard drive down the field, and the Wildcats storm right back. It is 7-7. It is your 5-star real estate group kickoff as the Wildcats kick away. A little pooch kick down to the 35-yard line. Bobcats do pick it up as Corey Smith will grab it, and he is slung down as he actually loses yardage right there back to the 33-yard line. So the Bobcats on the field for their second drive of the game after going right down the field on their first drive as a 67-yard drive for the Bobcats and ended up punching it into the end zone on a 33-yard touchdown pass to Trayshawn Brooks. He's in the running for the first 3 weeks to have our Lily May Sweet Play of the game because he made a nice catch in week 1, had a beautiful interception in week 2, and nice touchdown reception here in week 3.
Definition of playmaker.
Pistol, bunch formation in the backfield. As Hayes stands back there, calls for it. False start on the Bobcats. That'll back him up. 1st and 15 here tonight. Bobcats coming into this one on the season, averaging just 1.5 points per game. A 3-point field goal by Luis Monje in week number 1. The only points. Felt good to see the Bobcats score like they did on their first drive.
Very much so, and they did it methodically. They did it well and it shows Coach Goodwin his decisions were smart. Move the quarterback to running back, looked great. Bring Tate back in, and Jacob was able to be right on the money with his 2 passes.
Hayes in the backfield on 1st and 15. Bobcats run right up the gut and stuff. They are pushed back as the handoff went to Tate Ring right there at the bottom of the pile. He gets up, actually, no, Kuzaro got the handoff right there for the Bobcats. As we count down 3:50 here in the first quarter, it's 7-7 between the Wildcats and the Bobcats.
And that right there is really been indicative of the problem all year, is when you're looking to run or throw the ball and that inside of the line just gets shoved back into the quarterback or the running back, you're not going to get positive yardage.
Bobcats with 2 wide receivers split. 2nd down and long. Hayes looks to the air, out into the flat. Kuzaro makes the catch, but he's not picking up a whole lot of yardage right there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and no, actually lost a half yard. So it'll be a gain of nothing right there for the Bobcats. 3rd down and 17 yards to go.
Yeah, this really becomes a pretty tough play call, but you look at these opportunities. Does Coach Goodwin just run it, count his blessings and get a punt, or does he try to see if he can get Trey on this near side with one-on-one coverage and see if he can make a play?
Shotgun formation. Hayes takes a snap, looking to his right. He will hit his wide receiver. Oh, just off the hands of Kuzaro, and it went off his helmet. It was almost intercepted by Brooks, the DB. And Kuzaro almost had himself a huge play as well at the same time.
If Caleb would have caught that, he'd still be running. That was 2 inches away from 6 for the Bobcats. Great play call, good ball, just a little bit too much on it, and Caleb wasn't able to quite ring it in.
Wow. That was a great throw, though, right on the money, I thought. 2:44, the clock stopped here in the first quarter of play. Punt is away by Corey Smith, and it's a good one up towards midfield, just over midfield. And it is finally spotted at the 47-yard line. Good field position for the Wildcats on their 3rd drive. A punt and then a touchdown. They were bailed out on a 4th down play. Bobcats offside and picked up a 1st down on 4th and 4.
Yeah, it really came down to, you thought, all right, two drives, Bobcats pretty much getting 3 and outs on it, and then it just kind of ran on them. It seemed like that one mistake, then they were on their heels, and North was just able to run it down our throats.
Put a man in motion. It's a sweep to the far side of the field. And, boy, great job by the Bobcats just to extend that out. Rahelio Sarin with a great tackle as he only allows a gain of 1 by Harper, the man they put in motion. Wide receiver sweep, not much of a gain right there.
Rahelio's made 3 really good tackles out on that outside. Last night, he said on Bobcat Live, I like the pressure of being a leader, and he's showing leadership by action right now here tonight.
2nd down and 9 as they put a man in motion. The running back kind of came out into the flat. They throw out to the far side of the field, and 3 guys are there for the Bobcats to stand up the wide receiver as the catch is made by Connell Burridge. And Burridge with his 2nd catch of the night. As he picks up the 1st down, he's got 2 catches, 27 yards. Wildcats moving quickly out of the pistol with under 2 minutes to go. Running back does not move on the play. It's a quick throw out into the flat near the sideline, and big yardage for the 1st down. Bobcats having a real tough time stopping that attack as Jaden Stuckel makes the reception this time. That'll move the chains. Clock stops at 1:44 first quarter.
Yeah, now they're just getting it to the wings, and that's why you have to tackle. Bobcats just found themselves consistently on their heels.
Bogan runs it off of right guard. A little bit of a wiggle play right there, I guess you could say, with a run. It looked like they were designed to go left, but then he cut it back. near the line of scrimmage and picks up good yardage on first down and 2nd and 4. High snap, bring it down. They'll run the play to this side now. Breaking a tackle is Harper. Harper gets down to the 15-yard line, and that's going to be another first down as that one goes for about 7 yards to pick up the first down as they are just extending those plays to the sideline, and they've worked through the air or on the ground.
They're running 4 wide quite a bit and bringing that inside wide receiver in on jet sweep, just stretching the Bobcats out.
Robarchek takes it himself right up the middle. Already has a rushing touchdown, does the running back in Mason Bogan, but Robarchek, no rushing touchdowns coming into this game here tonight, but he carries it for 8 yards on first down. It looks to be a Bobcat down in the backfield. Might be Davis Ragland, I believe it is.
Number 18.
It is. So 49 seconds to go in the opening quarter of play. Coming up after the game, we will name our player of the game, all presented by Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill in Marshalltown. Open for dine-in, patio, or to go. Visit them pre or post game. So players down on the field here at brand new Leonard Cole Field at the Marshalltown Bobcats Sports Complex. I had a chance to get down there on the turf. Definitely a high-level facility when it comes to that side of things, and just a lot of things still to come. New locker rooms, that kind of thing. That will start next year in the spring, and so still just a lot of things to come here, but definitely as you take a look on KFJB-TV as Davis Ragland up on his own accord, just you can feel it, pride and also just, huge improvements.
Yeah, the school district has done a wonderful job with a lot of their drone footage looking at it, and I was talking to the communication director, and she was saying a lot of people say it's all AI, no, that's literally what the field looks like.
Robarchek stands with Bogan to his right. Bring a man in motion. Robarchek keeps it himself, has a wide open seam. It is 13-7. Wildcats get into the end zone. Robarchek with the touchdown with 33 seconds to go in the opening quarter of play. As that one, a 3-yard touchdown rush right there by Robarchek.
You look at just right off, fakes the jet sweep, and then just is able to sprint through the Bobcats like Swiss cheese. Bobcats have got to find some grit after going up 7-0, have quickly given up 2 touchdowns.
Correction, a 6-yard touchdown. Robarchek right there. PAT by Stephen Neal is good, and it is 14-7 first quarter. As we'll keep it right here with 33 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Bobcat defense this year had not given up a touchdown or any points in the first quarter. Here tonight, they've given up 14.
Yeah, the Bobcats, this is where your offense gets a score. You're hoping the defense can kind of shore it up and get the ball right back in the offense. And so far, not the case. Anticipate as the Bobcats get the ball back. A lot of talking from Duncan Furch to make sure and see what adjustments he can make to shore up that defense, specifically the defensive line.
So just over a 50-yard drive for the Wildcats get themselves into the end zone to go up 14-7. Kickoff all presented by 5 Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown. Deep back to return. Tate Ring as well as Trayshawn Brooks for the Bobcats with just 33 seconds to go in the first quarter. This is like a Mighty Ducks formation here. It's
flying V.
Yeah. Pooch down to the 20-yard line. Trayshawn Brooks has it, comes near side. He's got a seam. He was touched, gets outside again, up at the 40, sidesteps a couple guys, and finally driven out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Like that return right there by Trayshawn Brooks, as coming into this one, 5 returns, averaging 28 yards per return. And right here, he gets a nice return of nearly 20 yards just based on some of those slick moves.
Yeah, Andy got a running head start. That's the dangers of a short kickoff. You give an explosive athlete a running start, he's already hard enough to catch when he's standing still.
Trayshawn Brooks to the top side of your screen. Corey Smith on the bottom. Pistol formation for the Bobcats. Tate Ring gets a handoff, breaks 2 tackles, bounces outside, near side, pushed out of bounds, short of the 50. And the official will mark him out at the 47-yard line. So Gain of 3, maybe 4 yards right there for Tate Ring, who has looked good here tonight.
Yeah, well, you show a bit of a special back how he is, because he had pressure 2 yards behind, but he was able to sidestep and be able to get himself open to be able to gain yardage. Last week probably would have lost 2 or 3 yards on that play.
At the 43 on their own side of the field. Snap comes, handoff to Tate Ring, met in the backfield. And it's a big tackle right there. I believe that's Holden Phillips. Yeah, he meets him in the backfield. And that
78.
That will do it for this opening quarter of play. It's 14-7 Wildcats on top of your Marshalltown Bobcats on KFJB-TV.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
He's 78.
14-7 is our score, as 12 minutes on the scoreboard as we head to the second quarter here on KFJB-TV. Let's get a regional scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Locations in Ames, State Center, and in West Des Moines.
Yeah, looking at it, we wondered about Cedar Rapids Jefferson. They're up on North 21-0. Southeast Polk leads 21-0. Ames leads the Little Hawks Iowa City 7-0, while Nashua Plainfield still up 22-6 at halftime over BCL. And the last score we have for West Marshall is 29-0 Hampton Dumont.
Up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard, it is 14-7 Bobcats leading, but they have a big pivotal 3rd down and 8 as Jacob Hayes will be in the shotgun with Tate Ring standing to his right. 2 wide receivers set. Wingback is Kuzero on the left side of that offensive line as he'll go deep, and it's just a little bit too strong for Corey Smith. Incomplete. 4th down and 8 as the Bobcats are about 5 yards short of midfield. It looks like the special teams unit is on.
Yeah, and the Bobcats have been really strong. The one part of is punting game, when they're able to receive the snap, can punt it well. But one thing I do like, they misfired on a couple deep balls, but it does look like Coach Goodvin is willing to try to stretch that defense. Bobcats just didn't connect on that good coverage by Davenport North.
Punt is away, and it's blocked, and it's going to be recovered by the Wildcats up at the 35-yard line, and they've got blockers. Touchdown, Wildcats.
He came off the edge insanely fast. I'd like to see that replay. If either he read it perfectly or he got a jump start.
Cale Perrette with the block and the recovery as he's on the far side of that line. Woo. Boy, that was close. And it looked like the man who actually blocked it was Cunnell Barrage. And then on the other side, the big end, as Cale Perrette was able to recover that one and take it in for 6.
If Mike Pereira worked for us, that might just be an offsides penalty. That was really close.
Wildcats going to go for 2. And no, they're going to kick the PAT. I thought the way that their quarterback in Kaz Rabarchak, they were going to go for 2. PAT is on, and it is up and good for Stephen Neal. And it is now 21-7 here in the second quarter as the Bobcats trailing. So you look at that. That was a huge play. Yep. Bobcats couldn't get the sticks moving on that drive. They had to punt. It was blocked. Special teams has really done this team in. Yeah. Last week had 2 really bad snaps that set up Cedar Rapids Jefferson for really big plays. And we take a look at the block here. I don't know. I think that was good. I think that Burridge.
That was perfect timing.
That was, yeah, here comes a snap. Yeah, no,
he's good. That is
good.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, just really slow developing play for the Bobcats. And those gunners or those blockers needed to stop out and stop that edge as well.
I think the other thing is everyone else was a little bit in slow motion, it seemed, and he was so quick off the ball.
Yeah. So 21-7, just like that, the Wildcats punted on their first drive, and they have answered back. A touchdown on the ground by their running back, in Mason Bogut, and then Rabarchek scored on the ground, and then a punt return for a touchdown, pump block return for a touchdown. Kickoff all presented by 5 Star Real Estate Group of Marshalltown, online at 5starhometeam.com. And the Bobcats will field it up at the 20-yard line. And they'll get up to the 30. As on the far side of the field, Smitherman. And Smitherman on the return for the Bobcats as they get a few yards right there. Or was it 19 on the return?
It's 50. I think it was 80.
Okay, it was Smitherman.
So you look at the Bobcats in that touchdown drive, they had 36 on the ground, 36 in the air. Last 2 drives, they have -2 yards. What I anticipate is, will Coach Goodvin kind of flip the script and throw on first down? He's been open to throw the ball. Jacob's thrown the ball 5 times, 3 of 5 for 36 yards.
I think he's looked pretty good when he's thrown.
I think the ball looks good coming out of his hands.
11:38 in the first quarter. Tate Ring bounces outside, gets past a couple defenders. He has a seam at the 40 and brought down after first down yardage. Huge run for Tate Ring of 15 yards to move the sticks.
On the stat sheet, it'll say number 5, but really who really launched him was number 17, Corey Smith on the outside. Look at the block on the near side here. Corey Smith just absolutely kicks out the cornerback, allowing Tate Ring to pick up the first down.
Ball at the 46-yard line, near side hash mark. 2 wide receivers set. That bunch formation in the pistol. Hand off Tate Ring again. He's going to get eaten up after about 2 yards on the ground. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Bobcats. He had a little bit of wiggle room, but good pursuit by the second level of defense as Tate Ring will come off the field. Xavier Anderson will check in at running back for the Cats.
Yeah, Tate got through the line about one. His feet stopped, and when your feet stop as a running back, it's all she wrote there.
So touchdown and then a punt for the Bobcat offense. We'll see on their 4th drive what they can do here. Ball in the middle of the field, rollouts, backside, hits Kuzaro. Kuzaro dives for the first down, and that'll move the chains. A 10-yard completion through the air. Kuzaro makes his 3rd reception of the night. He has 13 yards.
A little play-action bootleg. You see this right here. Fake handoff to Xavier. Nice little bootleg out there, and there you have it, right? Caleb Kuzaro, really nice play call, great execution.
Yeah, good job right there by Jacob Hayes to be very cool, calm, and collected on that play to hit that wide receiver in the flat. Trayshawn Brooks, top of the screen, split out for the Bobcats on the bottom. It's Smith. Smith's open. He breaks it. There was holding by the DB who makes the interception. He grabs Smith. And it's going to be picked up. And finally, a flag flies. I think that's actually going to be blocking it in the back as the interception is by Cunnell Burridge. And he returns it. But he grabbed Corey Smith 5 yards down the field, which should be pass interference, a defensive holding. And that should be 6 on the board because Corey Smith was going to be wide open.
You're right on the money, and we might
have to get the other look on that camera view.
Because it happened much earlier in that play. It was definitely holding. They call a holding on the return, but that will keep the ball with Davenport North. Absolute big blown call.
Go. Yeah, it came a little bit before that as well, too. But, definitely plus. It was at least 10 yards downfield where that holding came and should not be an interception. But got to live with it. And the holding will back them up as the officials probably going to be down inside the 25-yard line or so. 9:47 to go, second quarter, Wildcat ball.
That's a tough one to swallow. Again, the Bobcats are driving, but at the end of the day, call doesn't go your way. So the box score is going to look at you've had a kick block for a punt block for a touchdown. Now you've thrown a pick as you were driving. Bobcats miscue, bit after miscue. They found themselves down 2 touchdowns. This becomes not just an important defensive stop. This becomes an essential defensive stop. Last week, this is where we had a little bit of struggle with Cedar Rapids Jefferson as well.
So number 56 in the middle there, nose tackle Ignacio Macias. 1 sack on the season coming into this one. And he's one of those guys that you hope can kind of get in there and be a disruptor on this play because the Bobcats really need it against this offense that seems to be moving at will. Owen Eaton with a tackle on a run play off of right tackle. He takes the ball in the hand of the running back, but I believe he was down already.
Yeah.
So a couple of yards on the ground will bring up second down and 8 yards to go for the Wildcats with 9.5 minutes in the second quarter.
Yeah, Macias, who we just talked about, has 3.5 tackles for loss this year out of his 4.5 tackles.
I believe on that last carry is Derek Pena, the fullback. He'll get the handoff here again, and he's going to be brought down. A shoulder put into him by the corner and Corey Smith. So we see Pena, a little bit of a change of pace here as we've seen mostly Mason Bogan carrying the rock.
Yeah, Lincoln Barker's been in on the last 2 tackles. Lincoln's done a better job on this drive at that left end position to shuck the tackle and be able to be a part of the tackle.
4 wide receivers set, pistol formation. Bobcats showing pressure off the edge. Xavier Anderson on the top side of that defensive line as you look at it on KFJB-TV. Showing pressure. See how the Bobcats can cover. High snap, they bring it down. I think it's going to be a timeout before the play. And yes, timeout by the Wildcats with 8:37 here in this second quarter of play. We'll take a timeout with them. This is Bobcat Football on KFJB-TV.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online.
21-7 is our score here in the second quarter as the Bobcats are trailing to the Davenport North Wildcats. 8:37 in the second quarter. Bobcat defense out there. They're going to face a 3rd down and 3. Timeout was taken. They had 4 wide receivers set. Bobcats were showing pressure. They must have not liked what they saw against that defense.
Yeah, my thought is as they're looking at that, they've run that 4 wide set so much, use that jet sweep option. We were talking to Duncan Furch last night. What he likes about the 3-4 is you can bring a blitz from anywhere, and that was one of the almost a jailbreak all-out blitz shown by the Bobcats.
Trayshawn Brooks in coverage on the bottom side of your screen. That's going to be a false start, by number 9, Connell Burridge. He was moving way before the snap as a wide receiver will back him up 5 yards.
This is a big down, 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8, Bobcats now get in a situation where probably more prone to throw the ball here. Keep it in front of you, keep it in front of the sticks, and make sure you get the tackle.
So 3rd down and 8, as really we have not seen the Wildcats behind the sticks a whole lot outside of their first drive tonight.
Yeah, and that was their only 3 and out here tonight, so that's the key to bottling up this Davenport North offense.
Kaz Rabarchek in the pistol, drops back, look at a pass. He's going to have to roll out to the near side. He's going to run for it. Bobcats will push him out at the 29-yard line, so well short. He picks up 2 on the scramble, pushed out of bounds at 8:30 in the second quarter. Bobcats will force their second punt. Much better defensively right there.
And it was just about the bowling ball we talked about at the beginning of this drive. Ignacio Macias. I almost thought it was a screenplay because he got in the backfield so easily, but no, he just cut through the guard in the center, split him, and created a ton of issues for Kaz in the backfield.
Mason Bogan is back to punt. Trayshawn Brooks, Corey Smith to return for the Bobcats. High snap. Bogan brings it down. Punt is away, and the Bobcats do not interfere. Corey Smith is back to return, but his blockers unaware that he was going to return that one, and so not much blocking right there. Pushed out of bounds at the 46-yard line, and that's where the Bobcats will start with good position on the field with 8:21 second quarter, trailing by 14.
Yeah, we were just on the outside. We had some good pressure, but punter able to get a nice kickoff. Corey Smith got what he could. Bobcats, again, we've been at midfield quite a bit here tonight.
Yeah.
Now it's time.
Some shoulda, woulda, coulda out there tonight already.
We've got to take advantage of the short field and pop one in.
Tate Ring, the deep back, and he'll get the handoff. Goes right up the gut, and nothing really doing right there. No movement at the line of scrimmage for the Bobcats. blocking's been a little bit better than we saw last week, but not a lot. As every big run that I've seen so far, there haven't been too many. Tate Ring has a run of his longs of 8, 10, and 15, but everything's been, I'm going up the middle, now I'm bouncing it out and making my own play with my own athletic ability. Unfortunately, the line of scrimmage is still not being controlled here tonight by the Bobcats in their favor.
And where the Bobcats are going to have to cheat that a little bit is movement and deception on who's getting the ball and where they're running to.
Pitch out. That's some deception right there, but a high pitch to Tate Ray. He brings it down. He's going to be short of the 50 and only going to be a gain of 1 yard. So a whole lot of smoke and mirrors, as Dylan would say, and a whole not moving a whole lot there on the ground with 7:37 in the second quarter, only a gain of 1 yard.
And this is where I'd like to see the play calling flip, go against script a little bit, because now 2 runs in a row, it's now 3rd and 9, and you know is going to be dropped down to pass. This is where that pressure comes. Let's see if maybe that the Bobcats can flip it a little bit.
Hayes is back there in the pistol. He's got a running back in Tate Ring to his right. Quick sling to Trayshawn. Makes the catch up at the 45-yard line. He's, just going to be a yard short of the first down. On 3rd down and 9, they pick up 8.5. It's going to be 4th and 1.
They're going to go for it, and really this is the benefit of that 6'2 quarterback. Is you look at it right here, and Trey was trying to make the play for 52 yards and just couldn't quite get past the level of defenders and just
quick read though by Hayes right there.
Just knew where he needed to go and put it right on the dollar sign.
Yep. Hayes gets underneath center. He'll scramble for it. He's got the first down. Plus more. Keeps pushing that pile ahead. He's down to the 36-yard line, it looks to be. And a nice run of 9 yards right there. Jacob Hayes, the sophomore, heads-up play.
It was a great play. You look at it right here. He almost thinks he's going to get hit. It's almost like if you have a brother or not, and when you're a kid, he's looking like he's going to hit you, and he dekes you out. He kind of flinched, and then no one was touching him, so he just kept running forward. Davenport North was very slow off the football there.
1st down and 10. Jacob Hayes leading the offense with 6.5 minutes second quarter. He's underneath center. Tate Ring, the deep back. Hand off left side. Bounces off of pressure, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. Still not down, though, as he drags a player by his right ankle. Back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose about a half yard, and it will be 2nd down and 10. But good job by Tate Ring right there. At least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, very much so. The Bobcats, you look right now, they've run it 15 times, have thrown the ball 8 times, and that's probably where they're going to live. And not to bemoan it too much, but that idea of just turn around, handing it off on 1st down every time. Davenport's got 8-9 people up in the box ready to go after it.
Hand off to Davis Ragland. Met in the backfield again. No real movement and push off that offensive line. Guys flying right past, and I mentioned Lance Holloway with a fumble recovery, the senior last week. He's in there to get there, one of the first players to make the tackle for a loss of 2.
Yeah, very much so, but it looks like you have 78 out there, and I actually think there's not a 78 on the roster. I think it's number 68 on the roster, now 78. Carver Burgess, he's a junior, he's 6'6", 350, and you're just running right into him. You've got to be able to mix it up.
Bobcats go to the air. Slant route. It is tipped, and it falls. Luckily incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 12 yards to go for the Bobcats. And it is 4-down territory. Bobcats are down by 14, 21-7 up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. Ball resting on the near side hash back at the 38-yard line. And here comes the special teams unit out on the field late with 23 seconds on the play clock. Still plenty of time as the Bobcats will look to punt this one away.
Yeah, it's been better snaps tonight, but you see again Burridge who just swoop in.
And Bobcats will fake it as Corey Smith is going to bounce it outside. He's got room, breaks another tackle, he's got the first down to the 20, cuts it back down to the 15. Ball comes out, and the officials say the Bobcats retain possession as Rogelio Sarin clapping his hands. He was happy about that. He might have been one of the players down there to make sure the Bobcats kept possession of that one, but huge play right here.
You see Corey coming off that. Burge was coming off that other side. Corey runs the other way, and he's got great speed. Trey Brooks said he's the second fastest person on the team, showing off that athleticism. Again, at that high school level where you often have wide receivers, quarterbacks, or running backs that also kick, it allows them to do a couple things and keep the defense guessing. Huge play, great call.
Bobcats into the Ethington Heating and Cooling red zone, as the Bobcats will run it on 1st down and 10 from the 16. Get inside the 15, gain about 4 yards. As Ethington Heating and Cooling, we're not comfortable until you are. Although it's been nice to turn off the AC today. It was beautiful.
It was gorgeous yesterday. Today it was gorgeous out at Gutter Point, out at Wayward. It's gorgeous here at Leonard Cole Field. And we see Corey Smith's little brother Kyle Smith now in at wide receiver on the top side of the field.
Handoff. Xavier Anderson trying to break a few tackles, but boy, just a pile of Wildcats there to suck him up, as it will be 3rd down and 6 for the Bobcats. You know, I know this traditionally under Adam Goodvin in his 7th year now, we know he loves to run the ball.
Yeah.
But it seems like that is not going to be a point of success here tonight.
Well, I think it can be, but you have to mix in the pass, not just on 3rd down.
Yeah.
You have to make the defense think about something.
More.
They have to be able to guess.
Snap comes, rollouts, right side, and Jacob Hayes going to be dropped for a sack in the backfield. Ball came out late, but he was down, as he'll be dropped back at the original line of scrimmage at the 16-yard line. He had absolutely zero time to do anything on a backside bootleg, and that will bring up 4th down, and the Bobcats going to try to put some more points on the field, on the scoreboard, and so they will bring out special teams unit. Luis Monghay is on for the kick, as they will spot it up at the 25-yard line. It's a 35-yard kick. Luis Monghay with one made field goal this year, 1 of 1 from 27 yards. He made the first one in Mason City week 1. Snap's good, flags fly though. Kick looks like it was
it would have been good.
Just about good. Just sneaking in that right upright. But flags fly, and we'll see who it's on. I would imagine if it's on the Wildcats, if they're offside here, Bobcats would probably go for it on 4th and 5.
More manageable. If it's on the Bobcats, Luis's kick would have been good from 40. It had plenty of leg on it. He's got a huge leg. It's a
false start on the Bobcats. And so now you're looking at more of a 40-yard field goal here.
Yeah, and he's got the leg for it. We saw him make them in practice up to 45 yards, and we just saw that last one. It would have been good from 40. It's just striking through. It's not so much will it get to the upright, and it's actually going to be 44. They're going to tighten that up a little bit.
So the ball at the 29-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard field goal, and it will be short. Luis Monghay short on that one. He was hit in the backfield.
What is going on here?
No flags. I don't know if... Oh, there is going to be a personal foul running into the kicker. That'll be a 1st down for the Bobcats. And Luis Monghay, as he is unfortunately still down on the field, as they are looking at his leg with 2:14 here in the second quarter of play before halftime. Bobcats trying to get themselves back on the scoreboard, down by 14. As Luis Monghay is helped up here and limping on that right ankle.
That takes a big weapon away from the Bobcats, because
although he can kick with both feet,
he can, but then it becomes the issue is plant foot's no good then. Yeah, he can kick them. We've seen 40 yards left foot, right foot. Really talented kicker, but with Johan Gomez out for the first 4 games, there isn't really another place kicker on the roster.
So 1st down and goal inside the Ethington Heating and Cooling red zone for the Bobcats. 1st down and 10 from the 11. I thought it was going to be 1st and goal, but no. Deep shot to the back of the end zone. Trayshawn jump ball, no good. as Trayshawn Brooks has it out of his hands. Good coverage on the far side of the field by the Wildcats, as on coverage Isaiah Brooks, the DB, the senior.
Yeah, it was great coverage by Isaiah Brooks, but still throwing it on first down. Now you have in the mind maybe they will throw it. Maybe you have to guess. It can't just be 9-10 guys in the box. Really can't say if Jacob put the ball there or there. It was just really good coverage, man-on-man, Isaiah Brooks.
Trayshawn Brooks now on the bottom side of your screen as the snap is there, and Xavier Anderson gets the handoff. He's going to work his way down to the 7-yard line. Decent run there on second down, and so they will pick up 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
One thing we see a little bit different for the Bobcats this week with Xavier now a running back, Jacob now in. We've only seen Trey on the outside. He is not lined up in the backfield, which he did a lot in Cedar Rapids Jefferson, as basically if the ball wasn't in his hands, we weren't moving the football.
Trayshawn Brooks, again on the bottom side of your screen there. Jacob Hayes in the backfield. He'll drop back, look, quick slant route, cut! It is caught by Corey Smith, touchdown, Bobcats! It is a 7-yard strike through the air. Jacob Hayes, his second passing touchdown of the night for the Bobcats.
Corey Smith high-pointed that ball, ripped it down. Great use of his body, got right in front, able to just push Brooks off. Big mitts, ran it in, and it'll be interesting to see. It seems Luis Monge is out there for the extra point, and with only 87 seconds left to go in this half, a reminder the Bobcats received the football at the beginning of the second half.
Luis Monge out for the PAT as the Bobcats.
And he is kicking right-footed.
Strike for his second touchdown of the night, and Monge will put that one in. It is good, and the Bobcats back within a touchdown. It's 21-14 second quarter, 1:27 to go before halftime on KFJB-TV.
Like to work with your hands? Enjoy the satisfaction of building something that lasts and knowing you played a part in it. If so, Marshalltown Community College's construction program might be just right for you. This hands-on program is great training for a real-world job. Call or stop in to Marshalltown Community College to learn more. Fall term classes start August 28th.
1:27 to go in the second quarter. Bobcats strike back with a 70-yard passing touchdown from Jacob Hayes to Corey Smith, the senior wide receiver, making the catch there for the Bobcats, get themselves back within 7. As we take a look quickly at that replay for the Bobcats, Corey Smith bringing that down, celebrating with Trayshawn Brooks. As it is 21-14 here at Leonard Cole Field. Kickoff all brought to you by 5-Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown. So, Monge, we mentioned he kind of hurt that right foot. I thought maybe we would see him kick opposite, and he did on that PAT.
He hurt the left when he was kicking left, then he kicked with the right, and it looked like the ball had more pop in it kicking right. That's just, I can't kick with either foot.
Luis Monge, a soccer player recruited
out of Coach Goodvin's homeroom.
1:27 in the second quarter. Monge with the kick, and this one is away, and it will be down to the 10-yard line. 2 Wildcats go after it, and they will return it, reversing field all the way to the far side. Rogelio Sarin is trying to track down for the tackle. Trayshawn Brooks blows up the return man at Israel Harper and says, hello, welcome to Cat Country.
We see Trey running by people. You don't often see him running through people.
No,
that was
a
pop on the sideline.
Him and Xavier Anderson were just giving each other a little bit of love right there. So the Bobcats back within 7 with 1:17 before halftime. Quick scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank.
It doesn't get much better for Hampton Dumont. It can't get much worse for West Marshall. 43-0 with 4:15 left to go in the third. Little Hawks up 14 over Cyclones, 14-7.
And it's going to be a scramble. Owen Eaton from behind brings down the quarterback for the Wildcats in Kaz Rabarchek, and just a short gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9 with 60 seconds to go before halftime.
I believe the Bobcats still have 2 timeouts. It'll be interesting to see at the result of this play if they start to use those.
Yeah, snap back to the quarterback. And Rabarchek, he hits the wide receiver, Cale Peretz, and he's going to pick up the first down as he makes that catch at the 45 and picks up 3 extra yards, just a couple of yards short of midfield. And the Wildcats will be the one to take the timeout there with 43 seconds remaining before halftime. All right, back to the regional scoreboard, Dylan. I know we've got some other scores thanks to Jeff Brooks back at our KFJB radio studios.
Next week's homecoming opponent, Newton leads Norwalk 15-7 with 6:48 left to go in the second. Roland Story leads South Hamilton 22-14 at the half. Council Bluffs Lincoln is beating up on Des Moines East 26-14. And as we said, Southeast Polk is up on Cedar Rapids Prairie 21-0. Johnston up over Valley 14-0. And Cedar Rapids Jefferson still up on Des Moines North 21-0. The fighting Ed Miles going from 0-26 to maybe 3-0.
How's Illinois is taking on somebody tonight?
Let's get it. Illinois.
Like people, okay, Illinois and Kansas.
That's right. My son, it's 31-7.
31-7 Kansas.
My
Holy
son is
smokes.
wearing his Kansas hoodie here tonight.
43 seconds before halftime. And they'll drop back and now look to scramble. It's going to be holding on the Wildcats as they'll go out of bounds short of the 40-yard line by Rabarchek. The quarterback brought it down, and holding will be the call on the Wildcats. This will bring it back 10 yards, so ruining a little bit of their momentum before halftime as they try to add on.
Good job by the Bobcats defense keeping everything in front of him. Rabarchek did a nice job of keeping his feet, but the downfield coverage was too good. And then North gets a holding call, and this will be interesting now. 34 seconds to go. You go from first down right at midfield, and now you're at your own 38-yard line. Are you as aggressive with the play calling? Or do you just kind of hand it off to Bogan and say, all right, take us to half?
34 seconds to go until halftime. Bobcats trailing 21-17. Rabarchek back there on first down and very long, and he floats one to the running back. Trayshawn Brooks was coming up out of his DB spot, and Mason Bogan not able to get the reception right there, as just a little bit of a dangerous play right there.
And that effectually becomes that third timeout for the Bobcats.
Yeah.
It is now 2nd and 20. You now have still 2 timeouts left. You got close to the punt last time. I would anticipate Coach Goodvin, if he doesn't use his timeouts, he's thinking a whole lot about it. He's talking to the line judge right now. I would anticipate, if it's in play, Bobcat timeout. 2nd
down and 20. Handoff. Bogan goes off. Right tackle. He has a little bit of blocking and pushed out of bounds short of midfield when she's nearly back to the line of scrimmage. That'll be a gain of 9. It will bring up 3rd down and 11 yards to go. And we do have a player down on the near side of the field.
Is it Burridge? No.
I cannot get a read on the number right there.
Thought it was number 9, but maybe not.
And so probably Connell Burridge, who's had a couple of receptions here tonight, the player down.
Blocked a punt earlier as well.
Yeah, he has 2 receptions for 20 yards and was blocking right there.
It might not. It's hard to get that number, and I actually think
it looks like Burridge. He's a little bit of a shorter player. And
but 26 seconds left to go here in the first half. It's 3rd and 11. Bobcats have 2 timeouts.
Yeah. Hate to speculate, but he was pointing right to his head, so I don't know if there was some sort of concussion concern, but everybody there to help him up to his feet, and
it is.
Hopefully he will be all right. It is Burridge. Slow getting up on the play. And so 3rd down and 11 with 26 seconds to go before halftime.
And that's a big loss for Davenport North for the Wildcats.
He's been one of their playmakers. Yeah, he's been very impressive here tonight. Yeah, like you mentioned, that block punt. He had the interception earlier against Jacob Hayes, even though he held a little bit.
Yes, he did. If Calvin Rocket sponsored a player of the game for the opposing team, it would have been Burridge so far. But, yeah, 26 seconds to go, 3rd and 11. Ignacio Macias already in that gorilla position, ready to go.
He's on the prowl out there on that defensive line, looking to make a play. Bobcats could use a sack here on 3rd down and 11. They, again, like Dylan alluded to, a couple of timeouts. Ball in the near side hash on their own side of the field for the Wildcats. As Ignacio Macias is pushed down from behind, he gets up out of his stance. Ball thrown out of bounds with 18 seconds to go before halftime. And Ignacio Macias, one of the guys really moving it in there, getting some of that pressure as some of the other Bobcats on the defensive line struggling to get some pressure, but he is just fighting through.
And it's not one-on-one coverage. He is taking on a double team every time, and for my Looney Tune lovers out there, it's a Tasmanian devil-looking situation. He's not big, but man alive, does his motor go forever.
I think Ignacio Macias wants to be on that starting lineup. That's the way he's playing, man.
He's on the one in my heart. He is playing incredibly well.
High snap. Bogan brings it down. Drop punt. As this one will be back to the 25-yard line. Kyle Smith almost found himself in trouble right there. And at the 22, it's picked up with 9 seconds before halftime. And, we've seen crazier things.
I have not seen crazier things from Coach Goodvin.
Last year, against Lincoln, it was the last play of halftime, and he busted loose for about a 70-yard touchdown run.
That's right. We said, he's just going to turn it, which he did. The play call was turning around and handing it off. Now, Tate, the way he interpreted that play call was
take
touchdown.
It to the house. Yeah.
Yes.
So with just 9 seconds to go before halftime, 21-14 our score. Bobcats with the football on their own side of the field. Ball spotted up at the 22.
We have Trey Brooks near side.
And I think they're going to go for something here as they have 3 wide receivers set. And the Wildcats are offside. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. I don't know what Bogan was doing, but he was lining up about half a foot from Smitherman, the wide receiver. He was well offside, and that'll be 5 free yards. Clock does not go, so that'll move the ball up a little bit there. As I haven't seen that.
They do that. They do that another 10 times. We're in the Ethington Heating and Cooling red zone.
So 3 wide receivers set. Xavier Anderson is the running back to the right of the quarterback in Jacob Hayes. And timeout before the play call. Timeout before the snap. Timeout for the Bobcats. We'll keep it here before halftime. Coming up after the game, we will talk to head coach Adam Goodvin. All brought to you, of course, by your Marshalltown YMCA YWCA.
One of the things with that one remaining timeout, Brandon, I don't know about you. Do you try to pick up just
deep
something
shot, Trey Brooks,
over the middle first and then go deep shot, or you just go right away?
I'm going 2 deep shots.
And that flipping it over. If
go big or go home, baby.
If I'm Davenport North, I am having maybe 3 down line, maybe a linebacker up front, but you're running that 7D back situation because you need to keep everything in front of you.
I mean, if Trayshawn is one-on-one coverage and there's only a single safety, they got 2 safeties out there.
Yeah, they're playing kind of a basic, straightforward 4-3. It's got 2 high safeties. Brooks is being guarded by Isaiah Brooks on the other side.
Off to Xavier Anderson. He's hit from the side up to the 29-yard line. And that'll do it for the first half as we head to halftime. Bobcats only down by a touchdown. How about it? The sophomore quarterback for the Marshalltown Bobcats, Jacob Hayes. 2 touchdown passes, 1 to Corey Smith, 1 to Trayshawn Brooks in that first half. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Marshalltown go on fun adventures. Scouts learn about the outdoors. Scouts learn character building. Scouts learn citizenship. Scouts learn life skills. Scouts learn to be leaders. Scouts go to fun summer camps, and Scouts get a head start in life. Marshalltown has produced over 200 Eagle Scouts in our over 70-year history and have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community. To learn more about joining Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure on!
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
KFJB-TV presents the Bobcat Halftime Report.
Well, the Marshalltown Bobcats did not have a touchdown on the season heading into tonight, and 2 has me a little bit excited. I'm hoping we can get 4 because that's what it's going to take to at least get the victory here tonight.
Yeah, the offense just looks so much better, being able to throw it and run it. Jacob's been right on the money, did throw the 1 pick, but that came off a clear hold.
Yeah.
But other than that, you wouldn't expect this was his first time starting a varsity football game. No, he's
looked cool, calm, and collected back there. And the Bobcats tonight started out on defense. They forced a punt by Davenport North, and that was a great start defensively, and the Bobcats were able to drive right down the field and get their first touchdown of the season on this play right here as Trayshawn Brooks caught it and took it to the house for 33 yards as he broke a couple tackles, high-stepping his way to the end zone.
He had to put that into a window. He put it as Trey did the slant pattern. He had to throw it in between the linebacker and the cornerback, put it right on the money, and Trey just sprints into the end zone.
Meanwhile, the Wildcats would answer right back. It was a 4th down call, and they got to the line of scrimmage, hustled up. Bobcats jumped offside, gave them a free first down, and then they went right down, and Bogan punched it in with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, and the Bobcats were, once they got called for the offsides, the Bobcats were in retreat mode, almost playing defense on roller skates, just backpedaling, and Davenport North just popped it in.
After a punt, the Bobcats would cede another touchdown. The quarterback, Robarczyk, from 6 yards out, he would dive in on another quick drive for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and that's where that RPO action becomes really advantageous. Is he had been able to throw it a little bit. He had been effectively able to hand it off for running yards. This time he just took it himself, and that big, lumbering senior was able to just sprint in and walk in for 6.
And then the next drive, the Bobcats punted away, and it was a 3-and-out situation, but the punt was blocked by Cunnell Burridge and then picked up, and Cale Perrette took it all the way into the end zone for a really nice play right there for the Wildcats. You got to give it up. They went up 21-7 at that point.
They were just rolling. Those three series in a row, it didn't seem like the Bobcats were even on the field. It seemed they seemed shell-shocked. It was score, but the Bobcats ended up showing some really great resiliency.
Yeah, the Bobcats did show resiliency as on their next drive, they were going to set up to punt it away. But then Corey Smith, who was back to punt, he did this play right here.
That's all speed, great vision, and outran the linebacker.
And he got the Bobcats down to the 15-yard line on the fake punt and run. And then the Bobcats were able to capitalize on a nice pass play. Jacob Hayes, his 2nd touchdown pass of the game, to Corey Smith right here on a slant route, post route right there, and he hits him for the 6.
I love where he put that ball. Corey had put the defender on his hip, and Jacob, by throwing it back up to his left side, up and out, only Corey Smith was going to be able to make that catch. A really good ball, a great job by Corey Smith, high-pointing it and just falling into the end zone.
And that's where we stand, 21-14 at halftime, as you see Brett Umpton and the MHS marching band exiting off the field, their halftime routine, as they'll add to that through the rest of the season, getting ready for homecoming next week, which they'll be in the parade on Thursday night. We'll have broadcast coverage of the parade in downtown from Zeno's, as the parade is next Thursday night at 6 o'clock. We look forward to having that coverage here on KFJB-TV. We'll take a look at stats and second half adjustments around the quarter. This is Bobcat halftime coverage from Leonard Cole Field on KFJB-TV.
There's a city within a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
At Honest Heating and Cooling, they take comfort seriously. Their latest offering? Smart Integrity Monitoring. Combined with an honest maintenance plan, it takes all the guessing out of home comfort. Their technicians take accurate measurements of all the necessary parameters and deliver you the truth about where your home's comfort stands. If you're not measuring, you're just guessing. That's honest. Get a Smart Integrity Monitoring plan and let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7. Honest Heating and Cooling.
KFJB-TV presents the Bobcat Halftime Report.
Welcome back to Leonard Cole Field on a beautiful football Friday night. It is 67 clear. You couldn't ask for a better opening night at your new facility.
Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. This is Chamber of Commerce Friday night weather. Oh my goodness. It's a beautiful day.
I don't know anybody who self-promotes more than Dylan does.
I
really don't.
I chamber promote.
I really don't.
Hey, our producer
but you work
here
for the
is,
chamber, right?
They sponsor my paycheck and therefore my mortgage. But we are sitting next to Chamber Board Greatness, our very own Todd Steinkamp.
Yeah.
But this is a gorgeous evening. This really is. All that to say, it couldn't be a better evening for a great football game.
All right. Anyway, we're cutting you off here. Time for a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank.
Yeah, West Marshall fell tonight to Hampton-Dumont, 43-0. Ames is tied with Iowa City, 21-21, with 3 minutes left to go in that second quarter. Dunkerton is taking care of GMG, 52-20. And then our opponent on September 29th, when we travel up to Waterloo West finds themselves trailing to Davenport Lincoln, 6-0. And Southeast Polk up on Cedar Rapids Prairie, 42-0.
Yeah, no kidding. Man,
they are good.
They are loaded, and their quarterback, very good.
They're just good. Sometimes an analysis ends with they're good.
Yeah, they got some money down there though too.
Yeah, that they do.
Can you switch off me for a second?
We will say this. Yeah, it's going to be gorgeous, but we will say this.
Well, it's already open.
I haven't seen it, so I'll wait. I'll tell you if it's no, it's absolutely gorgeous. But I do say the Iowa Coaches Track Association did vote Marshalltown's cross-country course. It defeated Southeast Polk, who was number 2, as the best course. And we hosted 2,300 runners last night in the Bobcat Invite. Great event for Marshalltown. Great event for the runners.
Bobcats trailing 21-14 at the half. We'll take a look at stats and adjustments, all brought to you by Ken's Transmission in Marshalltown. Next, this is halftime coverage on KFJB-TV.
Since 1967, Jensen Ford Lincoln has served generations of families around central Iowa. Quality vehicles, professional service, knowledge of our product, that's a part of Jensen. But what's more important to us is a trust that is passed down from every previous generation. Jensen Ford Lincoln wants to serve your family for generations. We want to be there for your first car. We want to be there for your family SUV. And we want to see you drive away in the Mustang you always dreamed of. At Jensen, we want to be here for you now and every mile along the way.
How can you help Marshalltown High School and enjoy a mouth-watering burger at the same time? By ordering the Bobcat Burger at Legends American Grill. 2 quarter-pound patties with crisp bacon strips, sautéed onions and melted American cheddar, jack, and Swiss cheeses on top of fresh shredded lettuce on a toasted bun. It's absolutely delicious. $1 from every Bobcat Burger sold is donated by Legends to Marshalltown High School activities. So, enjoy a Bobcat Burger and help MHS. The Bobcat Burger, another exclusive from Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Jensen Ford, with you every mile along the way. Legends American Grill, Marshalltown Steakhouse. Lennox Employees Credit Union, LennoxECU.com. Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown, more than ever. Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction.
Football Friday night from Marshalltown High School. I'm Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dose alongside me. Thanks so much to our coverage tonight. The one and only Keith Stewart down working things on the field level. Joe Cornwell up high on camera. Our producer on site is Todd Steinkamp, the Todd father, as well as on stats, Zach Tomish. And our favorite man on this planet, Jeff Brooks.
Beautiful man, great father, great producer back at the studio.
You know, you talked about that the Bobcats won the best cross country. We just found out that Jeff Brooks was voted Father of the Year.
Oh, I voted for him twice. My kids voted for Jeff.
Is that mail-in ballots?
Good thing we don't get paid for.
How many people are still living that filled out these? No, I'm just kidding.
I think we have 37 that live in the house.
All right. We will get our halftime stats, all brought to you by Ken's Transmission of Marshalltown, Dylan.
Yeah, new running back in the backfield for Marshalltown. Xavier Anderson has 6 carries for 22 yards. Caleb Kusero has 1 rush for -4, but he does have 3 catches for 13 yards. Tate Rang, so good to see Tate back in the backfield. 10 carries, 41 yards, doubling up his stats for the year. Jacob Hayes, the quarterback, does have 2 rushes for 13 yards. Corey Smith has a 22-yard scamper on the fake punt. Davis Ragland, just 1 carry, -2 yards. But you look at the sophomore, Jacob Hayes, 7 of 12, 2 touchdowns. Does have that 1 pick, but he's thrown for 2 touchdowns, 57 yards. Trey Brooks leads all Bobcat receivers with 41 yards on 2 catches, including a touchdown, and Corey Smith also has a touchdown. You flip it on the other side, Kazimir Rabarchik is 5 of 8 for 66 yards, and he also has a touchdown on the ground along with Mason Bogan, who's been very good on the ground on 7 carries, 48 yards, and a score. And that gets us all the way to 21-14, Davenport North Wildcats over your Bobcats. But the Bobcats here in 90 seconds are going to get the ball back and see if they can tie this one up.
Yeah, they will get that ball to start the second half. So what are the adjustments for the second half, Dylan?
So really for me, when you look at the Bobcats offense, we saw it just at the end, is you have to vary play calling early in the downs, because we had been run, pass. Run, pass. For the Bobcats to remain explosive, you have to throw in those early downs. On defense, it's all going to come with matching Ignacio Macias' effort.
Yeah.
If other people, he has lived in the backfield, he has made good things happen. We need to see that from Owen Eaton. We need to see that from Michael Narve. We need to see that from Lincoln Barker and others who are going to play out there. They have to match Ignacio Macias' energy level.
Wildcats, Bobcats making their way back onto the field for the second half. 21-14 at the break. That is your halftime adjustments and stats, all presented by Ken's Transmission, your family-owned transmission experts. Second half is next on KFJB-TV.
Have you ever seen what it takes to fix a transmission? It takes a lot of patience, a lot of experience, and a whole lot of talent. At Ken's Transmission, they have all the above. Family owned and operated with over 62 years of experience in all areas of transmission, keeping your vehicle shifting smoothly, and routine maintenance, repair, and replacement, including automatic and manual. For reputable service you can trust, Ken's Transmission. Ken's Transmission at 306 East Anson Street in Marshalltown is a proud sponsor of the Marshalltown Bobcats.
Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dose alongside tonight in Marshalltown at Leonard Cole Field as the Bobcats trailing 21-14. They'll get the second half kickoff to begin as the red and blue getting warmed up. Any other score updates as of late, Dylan?
As we look at the scoreboard update, we did miss that Council Bluffs Lincoln is leading Des Moines East 33-14. We also have Newton again. We still have the score at 15-7 over Norwalk. That's a big one because next week, September 15th, first homecoming on the new field, Marshalltown will play host to the Newton Cardinals.
All right, so Davenport North will kick off, leading 21-14. Our kickoff all brought to you by 5-Star Real Estate Group. Buy, sell, love Marshalltown with Kristen Polly and the 5-Star team online at 5starhometeam.com. Coming up after the game, we'll name our Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill Player of the Game. Of course, they are open for they're open before the game and post game, all that good stuff. And they have the patio open, so you can be out there.
And they had a special. They had the Calvin Rocket hot Nashville chicken. I don't eat a whole lot of meat, but I definitely made an exception. That thing it's a matter of time before that wins some award.
We love you for your meatlessness.
That's right. More for you, right? I just handed off to you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anyway, I had the salmon salad there the other night.
That's usually my go-to.
That was really good.
Yep.
That was really good.
You have that peach glaze on it. That's a winner.
And they know about gluten intolerance and celiac disease, so I was happy about that.
And they don't have a Brandon intolerance. So those are nice things to combine together.
Wow. I'm sure you might be able to watch the Iowa State game there tomorrow.
And support them. Not that I'm going to say what you can do, but Exile and the Swarm have an NIL deal that you can support the Hawkeyes financially through things that they have.
I think there's a deal out there
Rocket.
for the Cyclones as well. They have got their own thing.
I wouldn't know of anything like that.
I think that one's going to be a real slow, low-scoring game tomorrow. Meanwhile, my Buffs, that's the one I'm watching that I'm really caring about.
I care about it because
my wife is up here in the booth, and it had me thinking about we are gluttons for punishment. We went up and saw Colorado just get absolutely destroyed last year by Minnesota, and that's why last week felt so good to see them win like that.
Yeah. And
sitting through the past couple of seasons has just been a nightmare. I think 42-17 is my final score prediction. They beat Nebraska tomorrow.
I think it's 1,002,000. Buffs over Huskers.
Trayshawn Brooks on the return for the Bobcats to get the second half going. He's looking to reverse field. No, he keeps coming to the near side. Stutter steps up to the 30. Slips past a couple guys to the 35. Ball comes out. I believe it might have been out. The official is holding up his right hand like it was down. And Trayshawn looks like he had the ball regardless getting up. So Bobcats will retain possession here, it looks like.
They're still talking.
As we see here on KFJB-TV, Trayshawn Brooks comes near side. Ball pops out late. Yeah, he was already down on the ground.
That's the right call. But it was a good job for them coming together because, again, unlike college, unlike pro, you have to make the right call. There's no chance to go back. They don't ask us what we see on the replay.
Second half underway as Jacob Hayes, very good first career start at the varsity level for the sophomore quarterback.
I thought he was spectacular and interested to see Coach Goodvin's idea, but I can't think that he was anything but excited.
Hayes underneath center. He's going to take it for a quarterback sneak right up the gut, and he will pick up 2, maybe 3 yards there as he gets over the 35-yard line. So a 3-yard gain by Jacob Hayes. And it'll be second down and 7.
One of the things of at least running your quarterback on first down, it's all forward motion. You're not any wasted turnaround. And Jacob, again, big frame, but he also doesn't dilly-dally. He goes for it, gets the yards he can, and moves forward.
Bobcats will hand it off to Tate Ring. A nice slip move, and boy, he almost had more room to work with, but he's tripped up at the first down marker at the 44-yard line. That'll move the sticks. So we're on a 7 for Tate Ring.
You look at that. He just hit that second level. Great blocking.
And boom, right there, I thought if he got past that one, he might have some room.
Davis Ragland from that fullback position had the kick-out block, allowing Tate Ring to pick up the first down.
1 minute gone in the third quarter. Bobcats on the opening drive of the second half, working right to left on your radio dial as they will hand it off to Tate Ring on first down. He has 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6, ball resting near the middle of the field. As you mentioned, that Carver Burgess, that junior defensive lineman, number 78, boy, he's a big boy.
He is an old Victorian house out there. He is a ginormous person. But I do want to give Tyrell French, Owen Eaton doing a really nice job on this drive on the right side.
Yeah, Burgess at nose tackle. He is listed at 6'8". Yeah, you cannot miss him. As Xavier Anderson gets a handoff on second down and 6, he will make it 3rd and 5 with a 1-yard gain on the near side hash mark. As the clock counting here with 10 minutes to go in the third quarter.
You see Corey Smith trying to stretch out his legs in the huddle. He didn't look, I haven't seen him look gingerly at all, but he just seems to be coming out. He looks a little gimpy, but that's something maybe to keep your eye on.
Snap is good. Screenplay for the Bobcats. Xavier Anderson makes the catch, reverses field out to the near side. He puts his shoulder down to the 40-yard line, and it's a hookup of 10 yards for the Bobcats to move the chains. As a great release just in time by Jacob Hayes. He kind of jumped maybe a little bit, dropped it over to Xavier Anderson for the first down.
A great middle screen call, and he let the defense come to him, and there you go, able to get it right on. And Xavier Anderson took a hit, but then he gave a hit.
Yeah.
One of the things with Jacob, first start, he is staying into the pocket until the defense comes. No anxiety whatsoever from number 12.
Xavier Anderson, the deep back, gets it, cuts it outside at the tackle, and he's outside the numbers down to the 35-yard line. And at the 34 is where he will be marked at. And looks like somebody is down on the near side for the Bobcats. Second down and 5.
Corey.
A gain of 5 yards for the Bobcats. So good run by Xavier Anderson. And a player down on the field. We'll see if it is Corey Smith or not for the Bobcats. But Bobcats coming off of losses to Cedar Rapids Jefferson, and it's Aiden Smitherman as he gets up on his own pressure.
It's Davis Ragland.
Davis Ragland, excuse me. Yeah.
And Davis has struggled the last couple of weeks. Seems like he's been dinged up a little bit. Yeah.
He's going to come over to the sideline and get his right ankle, right toe. Or actually, no, it's going to be his left ankle taped up, so hopefully he's able to get back out there. Meanwhile, after the run of 5 yards, second down and 5 for the Bobcats. A little more Xavier Anderson in the backfield here tonight in the second half as he will get the handoff and immediately met with pressure. He'll go back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. It'll be 3rd and 5. That's the thing here tonight with not a ton of movement off that line of scrimmage. A lot of dancing around for those running backs.
Yeah, You've got to be able to hit the hole, and if they hit you before you can hit the hole, it just puts you behind the 8 ball. But one of the things with Xavier Anderson, from the quarterback position, averaged 2 yards per carry, 24 carries, 48 yards. Now in the running back, 6 carries, 22, almost 4 yards a clip.
Tate Ring is checked back at running back. As a roll out to the far side of the field, he'll throw it out, and it's high to the intended wide receiver in Corey Smith. Incomplete, but as the pass flew, we had holding on the Bobcats. It'll be 4th down and 5, as I'm sure they will probably decline the holding unless they want to get Bobcats further back behind the sticks in a 3rd and 15 situation.
I'm a proponent of you take the 4th down.
Yeah, 100%.
Unless, I would not anticipate them.
But they are backing up, so they will enforce the penalty to be 3rd down and about 15 yards to go, as that will put the ball all the way back near midfield. Or, excuse me, at the 45. It was a spot foul. So it's going to be a little bit less than 15. It'll be, well, no, actually it will be 15. So 3rd down and 15 yards to go, 8:03, third quarter. Bobcats on their opening possession of the second half, trailing by 7. 21-14 here at Leonard Cole Field. Bobcats break the huddle with 3 wide receivers, actually 2, but a wingback on the right side of the line. And now Xavier Anderson is motioned off to the left side. Actually, that's Kuzero. They're going to sweep it to the far side of the field, get a block from Tate Ring, but Kuzero hit after a gain of 2, so that worked out for the Wildcats in their favor. It'd be 4th down and 13 with under 8 minutes to play third quarter. Here comes the punt crew.
Yeah, last time almost identical place on the field is where the fake punt came. Now I anticipate you usually don't go back-to-back fake punts, so it looks like the Bobcats are going to try to pin this Wildcat offense.
I've got some thoughts on the turf here in a second. 7:26, snaps good, and the punt is away from Corey Smith. It'll hit at the 15, and it's rolling down to the 5, to the 4, and that's where it will stop. Great punt for the Bobcats to back them up deep, as picking up the ball right there, Blaine Landeros for the Bobcats, as a player is down back at the 34-yard line, and it looks to be a Bobcat player down.
I think it might be Caleb Kuzero.
So the player is down with 7:12 here in the third quarter, 21-14. That is great punting right there. Special teams helping out the defense.
Well, you look at the returner for the Wildcats. That's why I am not a proponent of you let the ball hit. If you can get to the ball, fair catch whatever, because if you fair catch it, they have to give you space to catch it. But he let it hit, and it was a perfect wedge shot. It went up towards the hole for the easy putt in. That really benefited the Bobcats. The returner needs to catch that ball.
So player down at the 34-yard line for the Bobcats. Head coach Adam Goodvin is asking and talking to the officials, shaking his head, wondering how the play is so far downfield, and the player ends up getting hurt back here at the 34-yard line, and it is Caleb Kuzero as he gets up. Not sure if he was blindsided or what happened right there on that play, but
yeah,
unfortunately shooken up on the play.
Yeah, he looks a little wobbly. That was right in the middle of the field. Didn't get a chance to see the hit.
Yeah,
but
did not. Yeah, so Kuzero walks off the field in that wings back spot. We've seen Sam Griesel fill in that spot for him. Defense is back out on the field. They'll face Kaz Rabarchak for the first time. The quarterback stands in his own end zone as that ball down at the 4-yard line. He will hand it off to Bogan on first down, and Jukinen around at the 5-yard line and pushes his way up towards the 9. And that's a nice gain of 5 on first down as we are under 7 minutes in the third quarter to play.
Bogan's been good. He's been quite effective in the backfield, picking up 5, 6, even 10, 12, 15 yards on carries.
Averaged 8.4 yards per carry coming into this one. Almost breaks a tackle, but the Bobcats sure up, make the tackle. And Davis Ragland in there for first contact. Lincoln Barker helped clean things up. And it's only a gain of 1 by Mason Bogan. So good job. Davis Ragland was shaken up on that last offensive drive, but he's back out there defensively.
A big 3rd and 4. See if the Bobcats have effectively flipped the field.
A keeper for the quarterback, and the Bobcats do flip the field as Rabarchak is able to get across the 10 up to the 11, but he'll be well short. It'll be 4th down and a 4, maybe about 3 yards to go.
This is the best game Lincoln Barker's played this year, bar none.
He's shown up a little bit more
than what we've seen. He's been in on a half dozen tackles, was able to grab a hold of. He is wrapping up. Great job by the junior left end for the Bobcats.
Trayshawn Brooks, Corey Smith back to return. Bogan on to punt, and the drop punt is away, and they're going to blow the whistles. I think we're going to have a false start potentially on that far side of the field on that gunner. And Rogelio Sarin is clapping, so he likes it. Did you see the video of Bill Belichick the other day breaking down the evolution of punt?
No, but now I'm intrigued.
You have got to watch. It's like an 8-minute video, and he gives the whole, like, there's no notes. Yeah. He gives, like, the whole history of punting and how gunners became about, and punters, how they used to be positional players, like a tackle or a wide receiver or somebody.
Interesting.
It was pretty funny.
As a Hawkeye fan, I know that punting is winning.
You would think something like that. Punt gets over midfield back to the 45-yard line. Bobcats had an opportunity to stop that, so can't quite flip the field as much as they wanted to right there. Pretty good punt by Bogan.
50 yards, no return. A little bit of a sidewinding punt. Bobcats did a great job defensively, but a terrific punt by Bogan, who's hurting us on the ground and by his foot.
How about that? Tonight, Southeast Polk defeats Prairie 42-7. We just got a score update on that. Nevada leading PCM 19-7. That's a good score for Nevada. The Cubs leading there. Up at the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard, Bobcats needing a touchdown to tie this one up with 5:25 in the third quarter. Pitch out near side, Tate's Ring gets a block. He stiffs arms at the 50 and pushed out of bounds shy of the 40 at the 42-yard line. First down, Bobcats now in Wildcat territory.
Yeah, Tate is a true running back, has the speed, has the vision, but the backup, you see it right here. You'll see junior Sam Griesel get the kick-out block, just was able to get to the side to avoid the flag, and then Tate just got the speed, got to the corner, did not hesitate. Big chunk of yardage for the senior running back, now up to 66 yards rushing on 13 carries.
Snap comes at 5:17 third quarter. Tate Ring runs into a wall of Wildcats, and it will be second down and 11, a loss of 1 as the clock counts towards 5 minutes here in the third quarter. Bobcats punted on their opening drive of the second half, and we'll see on their second drive what they can do as both teams trading punts here in the second half so far.
Yeah, Bobcats were able to effectively pin Davenport to kind of shackle their hands of what they could do play calling wise. But now the Bobcats 2nd and 11, plus side territory. See if they can tie this one up.
Shotgun formation on 2nd and 11. Backside pressure, but he feels it as a great quick release by the quarterback right there for the Marshalltown Bobcats in Jacob Hayes as he hooks up with Corey Smith. Smith picks up just 1 yard, so it'll be third down and 10. But, boy, the backside pressure was getting around there. I was worried about that.
Yeah, give a high five to number 5 because Tate Ring saw it at the last minute and got the chip block, allowing Jacob to step up and throw.
Corey Smith makes the reception for the Bobcats. 2 receptions for 8 yards tonight. Snap comes, pressure in his face, slant route to Trayshawn Brooks, in and out of the hands. That was a first down all the way. Incomplete. It's 4th and 10.
They have very good chemistry on that route. Trey just had to haul it in, but that was, and Trey knows it. You look right here. Trey got that step, outside coverage. Trey just does a little hook in there and put it right on the money, and it's just off his fingers. I think he looked up trying to see if he could hit pay dirt.
So 3:57 in the third quarter. Special teams unit is on. Corey Smith is out to punt for the Bobcats. And he got the last one down to the 4-yard line. This looks to be a good one. Fair catch called for at the 15. That was kind of knuckling on the return man right there, but a good job by Isaiah Brooks as he catches that one at the 15. 3:52, third quarter. Back to the Wildcats for their second drive after punting on their first drive the second half.
And that shows you right there the difference between getting the ball at the 15 or the 3. I think Isaiah Brooks got talked to on the sideline is get the football. Fair catch it. Go get it. See if the Bobcats can bow up defensively yet again.
Ignacio Macias late to run on the field for the Bobcats. As a snap will come here, and Bogan gets the handoff up to the 20 and flies ahead to the 24-yard line. Nearly a first down run. It's a gain of 9 for Bogan, who came in 2 touchdown rushes, 89 his longest touchdown run of the season. Only a couple of receptions. They don't throw it a whole lot to him here on second down and 1. He's got to pick up the first, step to the 30, It's a gain of 6, and that'll move the chains for Davenport North and Adam Height in his 5th year for the Wildcats, as the Bobcat is slow to get up. I believe that's Owen Eaton slow to get up for the Bobcats.
And that's a...
Oh, no, Owen Eaton's over there.
Jacob Goodeth.
Okay, Jacob Goodeth is slow to get up, linebacker.
Yeah, and we're pretty fresh on
and
that
a Wildcat.
Core.
Yeah, Wildcat is also down. Goodeth's going to get up on his own.
And there's another Bobcat down.
Mason Bogan, the running back, is down.
And there's a Bobcat down looking like with cramps on that far side. Maybe a leg. That was some dominoes right there. Bobcat down, Wildcat down, Bobcat down.
3:26 here in the third quarter. We'll step aside. This is Marshalltown Bobcat football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
21-14 Wildcat football as Bogan got up on his own. As I wouldn't think it would be cramps here tonight, but we definitely have seen some players go down. As right now 66 degrees, clear skies. 3:23 and the clock now counting. And a snap and a handoff and a big run. It is the big boy in Pena. Boy, he is pushed out of bounds as he gets up to the 35-yard line, and he's slow to get up as he came down hard and a little bit wobbly right there. But no, Pena looks fine now. So the clock's still counting. Or no, stopped at 3:09. And Pena with that big run right there, he was just able to get outside, and Bobcats were not able to contain him. Rabarczyk in the pistol formation, hands off Pena. Pena right up the gut. He is brought down immediately. Good stop by Jackson Hinkle for the Bobcats. Lincoln Barker in there as well. Only a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. That's the success we saw with the Wildcats. They were able to get those big chunk plays, and then they hurry up to the line of scrimmage. And that's where that really kills you. It's not the plays after, really. It's that initial play that gets them sped up. Bogan back into the game. He falls backwards towards the first down marker. He's going to come up about 2 yards short. It's a 7-yard gain on the ground by Bogan.
Yeah, it eliminates your substitution, and then you're just trying to get set, and by the time you're set, the ball's snapped.
4 down linemen here for the Bobcats. They show some edge pressure, but the Bobcats can't contain. Rabarczyk gets outside. He's got the first down. It's a gain of nearly 7 yards as the edge came in and flailed at the quarterback. I believe that was the linebacker in Davis Ragland. Just kind of got a little bit too inside on that quarterback, and he was able to cut outside.
We've seen that a little bit from the younger linebackers of getting sucked to the inside, but nice hustle play by Michael Narvaez to be able to stop.
2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Bogan cuts it back. Boy, he almost had a big seam. He runs it for 10 on first down, and that will get the Wildcats inside the 15 at the 13. 1st and 10, and a player is down for the Bobcats with 1:51 in the third quarter.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of Bobcats out there, and they're starting to drop a little bit like flies. But with 1:51 left to go here in the third, Bobcats down by 1 touchdown. This becomes a really important defensive stop. They're on their heels, but can the Bobcats turn away the Wildcats? Or are the Bobcats going to have to battle back in the final frame from 2 scores?
Bobcats came into the night, no touchdowns scored. First time they've ever played the Wildcats. Home opener, you want to get that win. You got the new uniforms as well. Trailing by a touchdown, and unfortunately in a position where they might go down by 2 scores. It was Rogelio Sarin who was down on the play, and he finally gets up. And he's coming off the field here tonight. I don't know if there's some adjustments going on to being hit on new turf, not playing on it so much. I'm not sure. I've not seen this many players kind of shooken up in a row consecutively here.
Yeah, it just, your body gets a little bit tired as the game goes on. Those hits keep coming popping. Little bit, yeah, because Rogelio yesterday when he was talking about what the only thing he didn't like was the turf burns. Didn't mention much else about any other effect, really.
1:40 and counting now in the third quarter. Rabarchak, quarterback RPO keeper, and he will scramble for 2 yards. 2nd down and 8 as they are deep in Bobcat territory here in the third quarter, already leading by 7. 90 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Tate Rang, Lincoln Barker, and others were a part of that swarming defense, but that's a great play by the Bobcats to get it 2nd and long.
Rabarchak, high snap, brings it down, pitch out to Bogan, breaks 1 tackle, and then 2 Bobcats try to fly from behind. Sam Griesel and crew could not get to him. An easy score from Bogan, 12 yards out, a touchdown. It's now 27 points for the Wildcats as they lead this one on the road in Marshalltown.
You look, Trey Brooks had a wonderful opportunity and just a little jump cut, and man alive, sprinted through Narvaez and others.
And the PAT, it is good for the Wildcats, and they take the lead 28-14 here in the third quarter as the Bobcat offense will be back out momentarily. Hey, coming up after the game, we will name our sweet play of the game, as it's all brought to you by Lily Mae Chocolates. Handmade, hand-dipped since 1939, always open at lilymaechocolate.com.
Yeah, Bobcats, this is where they're going to have to open up that playbook. They're going to have to continue to try to pressure the edges, and you put the game in the hands of number 12, see what the sophomore can do back against the wall. Can the Bobcats, they've moved the ball effectively here tonight, but they haven't been able to capitalize when it counted.
126 on the ground for the Bobcats, 71 through the air. Jacob Hayes will have to command that offense and drive them most likely through the air, as the ground game has had some big bursts, as you mentioned, but at times struggled. 1:08 to go before the start of the fourth quarter, as back on for the kickoff. All brought to you by 5-Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown, your home team advantage. Wildcats will kick away. Trayshawn Brooks, Tate Ring, deep back. And the kick is away. It will hit short of the long of the 15. Trayshawn Brooks has it, reverses field. He's got a little bit of a seam, tripped up at the 32-yard line. Yeah, I heard your gasp as, it looked like if he just had one, he was going to get way up near midfield on that return, but nevertheless, still a decent return for the Bobcats. Decent field position with 1:02 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, Wildcat Parker Taylor, the junior cornerback. Oh, my goodness, he was able to wrap up Trey because Trey had some green to go running.
So 2-touchdown lead now for the Wildcats as they just had Bogan score on his 2nd touchdown of the night. Tate Ring in the backfield. They fake the handoff, roll out near side, throw in the flat. Kuzero's back in the game. Good to see that. He's got a first down, and it's a 10-yard pickup through the air as Jacob Hayes finds his wing back in Kuzero.
Yeah, doesn't have the most yards, but has the most receptions. Caleb and Jacob have a pretty good thing going. You see that rollout going against tendencies, throwing on first down, put it right on the money. Got another first down. Bobcats moving here with just 45 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
43-yard line on the near side hash mark as Hayes will tuck it down and he'll run. And he will pick up decent yardage on first down. It will be 2nd down and 6, a 4-yard pickup for the quarterback. 30 seconds to go in the third.
Yeah, Jacob, 4 rushes, has 20 yards to his name here tonight on the ground, doing a nice job in the air as he is 9 of 17 for 82 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Pistol formation for the Bobcats. 2 wide receivers. Tate Ring gets the handoff. He's met at the line of scrimmage. And lucky to get back there. He does gain 1. It will be 3rd and 5 for the Bobcats. As that will end the third quarter, we enter the fourth quarter with the Bobcats trailing by 2 scores.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to marshalltown.org.
Up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard, it is 28-14. Bobcats trailing by 2 scores. Let's look at the Central State Bank scoreboard.
In 8-man football, Colonesco falls to Glidden Ralston 22-18. Norwalk leads Newton 17-15, and the Jaguars of Ankeny Centennial lead Cedar Falls 35-7.
Yeah, that's surprising after Cedar Falls just knocked off Johnston last week. We open up with the fourth quarter with the football, and Jacob Hayes brought down on 3rd and 5 for a sack, a big loss of 6. 4th down and 11 for the Bobcats. This could be an early game is on the line kind of situation right here, and the special teams unit's going to come on.
Yeah.
You just wonder, because the last thing you want is to go down by 3 scores.
Yeah, you don't have a lot. This is the last time I think you can punt it away. But Cale Pirette came in on a little bit of a delayed blitz, and Hayes never saw him, and he got lit up for the sack.
No time at all right there from the offensive line. 11-18 and now counting in the fourth quarter. Fair catch called for at the 26, and sliding up is Isaiah Brooks as he brings in that punt return. So that is where the Wildcats will start with the football, as the Bobcats trailing 28-14 here in the fourth quarter. As so far tonight, it's been a lot of punting.
Yep.
And unfortunately, Bobcats, they've got a couple scores, but have not done anything here in the second half when they really needed to, especially getting the ball to start off the second half.
Well, and the big thing, they punted twice from plus territory.
Yeah.
That's really been, it's not been bad field position. They just haven't.
And Bogan's going to have a big seam over to the right side. He's got a first down and more. It is a pickup of 12 yards on first down by Mason Bogan, and this is the time where some of those seams are opening up, and they're really taking it to the Bobcats quickly. Here is handoff again to Bogan. Cuts back as that one designed to go off the left side. He goes over to right guard and cuts up for a few yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, just not been able to have much push up there. You see the junior Owen Eaton is on the sideline, who's kind of the run stopper.
Bogan gets a handoff, goes off right tackle as he cuts out towards the 50. He'll dive, and that's a first down on 2nd down and 5. And that should move the sticks right there. They will. And 10.5 minutes to go in Marshalltown. Wildcats looking for their to go up by 3 scores late here in the fourth.
This looks very reminiscent of that early second quarter where the Bobcats just could not find any answers for this Davenport offense.
Hand off Bogan again, and he's going to get up over the 50-yard line on first down. Be a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. And a Bobcat down on the field, and again it's Jacob Hayes, Jacob Gudith, the linebacker.
And he is in some pain.
Looks like his left knee or right knee bothering him.
Yeah, looks like that right knee. It really comes down to this is the time right here at midfield. There is such a thin margin for error. You could go so far to say there is no margin for error with 10 minutes and 2 seconds left to go in this ball game.
Jacob Gudith is up, and he's walking off.
That's a good sign.
Avery, the trainer, he's been a busy man here tonight.
He's working on his 40-yard dash and his shuttle drill, trying to get ready for Indianapolis.
10:02 in the fourth quarter. Wildcats in Bobcat territory. Battle of the Cats here tonight being won by the Wildcats. And Pena's back in, and he's a big bruiser on 2nd and 8. He's going to pick up 6 yards, brings up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and it just, the Bobcats were getting dragged behind Pena.
Derek Pena, just a sophomore, but a big bruising back and deep shot. First time we've really seen it here tonight. Loading up. That's probably an indication it's 4-down territory as Rabarchek loads up, and he's long for his intended wide receiver in Jaden Stuckel. Stuckel came into the night, 6 receptions, 38 yards.
I love the play call by Adam Height and Davenport North is, you're going 4-down territory. You haven't made that big shot, but why not try that uppercut in the late round, see if you can knock him out. Good coverage by Rogelio Sarin.
So they will go for it. 5 wide receivers. Rabarchak by himself. Bogan comes in motion, a sweep to the near side. He's got a little bit of room, but a broken tackle spins out of another one. He is plowed down, but well after first down yardage, Tyrell French finally brings him down at the 33. But boy, Bobcats had him back there. I think Xavier Anderson was in there to help make the tackle, but he slipped out of that. And Bogan in the backfield gets the pitch out to the far side. He's got blockers. He cuts it back inside. I think he should have cut it outside. He probably could have got to the corner. But nevertheless, it's a solid gain on first down. Brings up 2nd down and 4, a gain of 6.
He had Rogelio Sarin looking like a dreidel. He had spun around there, and you're right. If he could have popped it to the outside, that might have been 6.
Bobcats defense ceding a lot of yardage here as the snap comes. They hand it off. And it will be a false start as T.J. Ogden got the handoff there. The man in motion, but this one coming back. So on 2nd down and 4, it'll be 2nd and 9 on the next play for the Wildcats.
You take what you can. Those plays where you shoot yourself in the foot allows the Bobcats to get a little bit of a respite, a little bit of a reprieve. Now 2nd and long. See if the Bobcats can catch their breath. That's the other thing. You get a penalty, you have to break, you have to pause. It's not rush.
I think there's a lot of, we talked about a pretty good secondary for the Bobcats, a good linebacker core. As Pena gets a handoff, flag flies, could be holding on the near side wide receiver who was not even involved. Pena runs over a Bobcat down to the 15. Looking like a first down, but the penalty might bring this one back. We'll see here in a moment.
Might be an illegal formation.
Too many men on the line of scrimmage, possibly, with everybody spread out there.
Yeah, that's what I think it was.
False start is the indication. So somebody got moving early there on that play. Might have been the wide receiver on the back side of the play here that was not even involved. So 2nd down and 9. It will be 2nd and 14, and it takes away a huge chunk play for Pena right there. The one thing that I've noticed, DB's pretty solid, linebackers pretty solid for the Bobcats, but just the line of scrimmage on both offense and defense not winning. Quarterbacks have no time, and the linebackers and DBs can only do so much when the quarterback's able to stand back there and just basically have all day or escape one man because somebody from the 2nd level comes up, and then if they miss, it's a huge play. Rabarchak takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Bogan, comes out near side. Rabarchak puts the stiff arm out at the 30. That's going to be a face mask on Smitherman for the Bobcats. That'll be an easy first down for the Wildcats. They'll be inside the red zone.
It's not breaking down, and they're going and grabbing up by the shoulders and the face mask.
Tackle low, man. You got to get the hips are lower.
Just hit the dude in the sternum. And that's really been a struggle for the Bobcats. One thing we are seeing defensively here in this second half, we're seeing a lot more 4-3 and not the 3-4.
Correct. Yeah.
And some of that is we've seen
trying to get that pressure and line of scrimmage.
You've seen a couple linebackers a little bit dinged up there, but also just trying to get some pressure on that line of scrimmage.
Robarchek in the pistol. Bogan is the back. It's a counter play. And he runs into O'Neaton at the 25-yard line. He'll be a yard short of the first down. 3rd and 1 for the Wildcats with 7:59 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they're going to allow almost 5 minutes by the time, at least 5 minutes by the time this drive is done off the clock.
Bobcats down 28-14. Bogan the deep back on the pistol formation. Handoff, he dives. I think he might actually be about a half-yard short. He gained about a half-yard, but he needed about 1.5 yards to pick up the first down. It's 4-down territory as Bogan will stay in, the running back. As Robarchek is split out. No, he is underneath. Yeah, he was tucked in there. His wide receiver standing to his side. Hard count here. Robarchek picking his path, and he waits for the blocks to set up. Dives up to the 19, first down on 4th and 1. 7:13 and still counting now in the fourth quarter. Wildcats trying to go up by 3 scores.
So he stretched the ball out late, and Sam Griesel came in with a hit to the back, and he is struggling with that shoulder.
Robarchek is?
Yeah, he got hit right in the back from Sam Griesel and came up a little bit limping or working out that shoulder, but he seems to be fine. I don't anticipate him using that shoulder to throw too much the rest of this game.
And off to Pena. Acts like a counter as he reverses. He had a good job by Kyle Smith to come up and team up with his brother and Corey Smith and make the tackle there. It'll be second down, a gain of 2 by Pena, 6.5 to go here at Leonard Cole Field. Week 3 on KFJB-TV. I'm Brandon Lewis. He's Dylan Dose. Thanks for joining us tonight on KFJB-TV. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our upcoming games. Get upcoming game alerts and notifications when there's Bobcat Live. Catch made on the far side of the field by the wide receiver in Jaden Stuckel. It'll be 3rd down and about 4, gain of 7 right there for the Wildcats.
And this
gain of 3, excuse me.
And I anticipate this being 4-down territory again. They've been able to kick it up through the uprights through their PATs, but this is not a strong kicking team.
Pistol, Robarchek is forced out of the pocket, rolls to the near side, slings it sidearm, and it's incomplete. Led his wide receiver. Intended target was Israel Harper, too wide of him. And with 6:11 to go, it's 4th down and 4 yards to go.
If he would have set his feet, he just kind of was falling away and slung it sidearm. If he would have set his feet, there was 4 yards of separation. That would have been 6.
4th down, they will go for it. Robarchek looking to pass. Bobcats, no pressure on Robarchek. And he is going to be brought down to the backfield, and a sack right there for the Bobcats. Lincoln Barker, you and I were talking before the game that Lincoln not quite as involved as he was late in the season last year. Maybe getting double teamed, that kind of thing, extra pressure, people focusing on him. But tonight he's had a really good game, and he finally drops Robarchek in the backfield.
He has at least a half a dozen tackles here tonight. He's been very, very good. Now the Bobcats, 6 minutes, 4 seconds to go, have the ball, still down only 2 scores.
Got to get going here, though, quickly. Need a quick score with 6:04 left in the football game. Jacob Hayes in the pistol formation. Tate Ring the deep back. Hayes looks to pass, slant route. He's got Trayshawn Brooks. Brooks gets free at the 30, up to the 50, 40, 30. Trayshawn Brooks, his second touchdown of the night, and the Cats are back within 7.
Holy cow. They gave him time, and then they gave Jacob time, and he put it on the money. Look at it right here. Great pickup by Tyrell French. And then a little pitch and catch, and Trey Brooks is going to outrun anybody in the state of Iowa. Bobcats are still breathing. 17-second drive and within 1 score.
How about that play right there? An 81-yard strike.
And it was
for the touchdown.
And both defenders came up and really bad angles. And if
I told
take
you
a bad
they
angle,
needed to score quick.
And you were correct. Nostradamus up here.
One play, 81 yards.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
PAT, Monghay is on. Xavier Anderson holds, and the PAT is good. Back within 7 of the Bobcats. It's 28-21 on KFJB-TV.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
5:48 to go in the game. The Bobcats just used up about 12 seconds right there. A one-play drive, 81-yard strike to Trayshawn Brooks. And what it all started with was back on the other end of the field, something new that the Bobcats have done this week. They've put 3 backs in the backfield with Jacob Hayes to protect the quarterback, buy him a little bit of extra time. And when he had that extra time, he hit Trey right on the slant route, as you see right there in the backfield on that play formation.
Yeah, on there, they get the pitch and catch there. And what they've also been able to do, it does add extra protection, but moving Xavier from quarterback to running back, allowing another good runner in the backfield, it allows you to also run out of that formation. You can do it a few different ways. Give it to Tate, give it to Xavier, maybe give it to Davis Ragland from that fullback position.
How about that? 163 yards through the air tonight for Jacob Hayes on his varsity debut starting at quarterback. 5:48 to go in the football game. Kickoff is all brought to you by 5-Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown, your home team advantage. So it's 28-21. Bobcats back within 7 here tonight. Things were feeling a little bit hopeless until that big strike to Trayshawn Brooks. Monghay with the onside kick. It's bobbled initially by the Wildcats, but they bring it in at the 46. And good job special teams-wise to Israel Bailey as he comes up with the recovery. And the Wildcats will have good field position. But the Bobcats defense has, kind of stiffened up here in the second half. They've only given up 1 score after giving up 21 points in the first half.
Yeah, and after that big 5-6 minute drive that you saw from the Wildcats returning 0, it kind of seemed like, Coach Goodman, you were just on the field for 6 minutes. Let's try to get the onside instead of kick it deep.
Rabarchek in the pistol, 3 wide receivers set. Hands off to Bogan. Bogan is eaten up by Owen Eaton. And just back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a huge
Bogan.
Play.
Yeah, that is a nice play because Bobcats, again, against the Wildcats, they've struggled to keep them behind schedule out there tonight. And, when you give them favorable 3rd, 4, 3rd, and 5, they've got a lot of flexibility in that offense. So 2nd down and 10, pistol formation. 3 wide receivers. They are letting the clock count. 5:09 and running here in the 4th. Barjack, high snap, brings it down. Bogan loses the football, dives on it as he will be back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, a loss of 1. It's 3rd and 11. Huge play right there. Almost happened in a lucky break for the Wildcats as that bounced right to Bogan, and he was able to drop right on it.
Yeah, Wildcats over the first 2 games have turned the ball over. Tonight they had not been close at any moment except for right there, dodging a bullet. But Bobcats now defensively 3rd and 10. See if they can bow up one more time and get the football back.
3rd and 11 with 4:28 in the 4th quarter. A counter play to Bogan. He's got a seam and he's got the first down, and he might have himself a touchdown. He's loose at the 20, at the 10, and pushed out of bounds. Trayshawn Brooks hustles across and is able to push Bogan out before the end zone. But that is a huge backbreaker. The Bobcats thought maybe they could get out of it, but the counter was a well-drawn-up play.
And this is where Bogan learned from last time, where he cut it inside. Rogelio Sarin tried to come inside, and Bogan bounced it outside this time. but a great amount of energy from Trey Brooks there.
And Bogan approaching 200 yards. Ball is out. Fumble. It's back there. Owen Eaton has it.
Oh, my goodness.
Recovery for the Bobcats with 4:11 to go in the football game. A huge play as Eaton gets the ball for the Bobcats.
Yes, oh my goodness, you just go from Bogan on a 39-yard run. Great hustle play by Trey Brooks. Here you see high snap, never got it down. And then Owen Eaton just swallows up that gift. Bobcats are now 88 yards away from tying this thing back up.
Well, they just had a one-play, 81-yard drive, so one play, 88 wouldn't be too bad as well. 4:11 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Bobcats get a huge break as the Wildcats were on their way in to take a 2-touchdown lead. But Jacob Hayes and the offense back out for the Bobcats. A pitch out to the near side. Tate Ring tries to cut it back up towards the 10-yard line as he will be dropped in the backfield for a loss of 2. It's 2nd down and 12.
And those negative plays early, that's what's been the bugaboo for the Bobcats, because now it just throws you off, makes you very one-dimensional.
Yeah.
But still, 3:50 to go, all the timeouts you need. Bobcats are still huddling.
Call for it. Look at it going to the air. Little wheel route, and Jacob Hayes has his arm hit as he tries to deliver. Trayshawn Brooks makes the tackle. It's an interception. And it's coming up with the play number 40. It's Jaden Pricer.
And there's a flag late. Here you see pressure up the middle. And it's going to be a personal foul on the Wildcats.
So I think that came after the play, but Pricer was able to get the interception after Jacob Hayes had his arm hit. He had Caleb Kuzaro on a wheel route coming out of the backfield. I thought open, but just too much pressure in his face at the release.
And they've run that wheel route now twice. The first one was a near miss for a score up the sideline, just going off Caleb's helmet. That one, the pressure was too much as Holden Phillips got in there and created havoc in Jacob's face.
So the Bobcats caught a little bit of luck, but it goes against him this time as an interception by Jacob Hayes after he was bumped on the throw. And the Wildcats have it back at the 35-yard line in Bobcat territory. Barczyk calls for it. Hands up. Bogan. Big seam off right tackle. Boy, they are busting some long runs now. Nearly 15 yards. It's a 14-yard pickup for Bogan. As just anywhere to run, he can do it right there.
The 6'4 junior wide receiver, Drew Franklin, just has kicked out Rogelio Sarin a couple times, really springing those outside runs.
3:20 and counting, fourth quarter in Marshalltown at Leonard Cole Field. The opening home game in the brand new Bobcat Sports Complex here tonight. Wildcats trying to ruin the party. Bogan. He cuts it back out as he was designed to go between guard and center, but again, they are bouncing because the gaps are there, and we're under 3 minutes to go. A pickup of 8 on first down for Bogan.
Yeah, Bogan has just gone over 200 yards rushing, and very smart play by Bogan. He dove down inbounds instead of going out. Doesn't stop the clock. We're now at 2:35. When does Coach Goodvin start to think about having to use one of those 3 timeouts?
See Ignacio Macias already down on the line of scrimmage. 4 down linemen for the Bobcats. On that defensive line, Xavier Anderson showing pressure. They run the other way from the pressure, though. Bogan down to the 2, dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. 34-21, fourth quarter.
They have found that right side that they are just going to mash. On that right side, you have Lance Holloway, Antonio Ochoa leading the way, and they are just manhandling the Bobcats line. And then you get to the kickout block.
3 touchdowns here tonight for Bogan.
Yeah, Bogan hasn't done much on the night. He only has 267 16 yards rushing on 28 carries, and has a hat trick of touchdowns.
PAT is good. It's 35-21, fourth quarter with just 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the football game right here on your home for the Cats. It is KFJB-TV.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Wildcats put on a late score, going up 35-21 here in the fourth quarter at Leonard Cole Field. Second, and the kickoff is all brought to you by 5-Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown, online at 5starhometeam.com. So the Wildcats will kick back off to Trayshawn Brooks and Tate Ring back to the Bobcats to return.
How about we just return it?
Yeah. Trayshawn Brooks has been close a few times this season.
He has been very close. He's been close once or twice tonight.
And they do not want to play that game at all, do they?
No.
Xavier Anderson up at the 35. Gee, he's still got those feet chugging up to the 40.
It looked like the Wildcats also agreed that
was
Trey had almost gone.
Yeah, he has put enough on the board himself here tonight, and that's what they decided. All right, scoreboard update all brought to you by Central State Bank. Some finals starting to pour in here, Dylan.
Yeah, Mickey threw in the towel at the Meskwaki Settlement as Gladbrook Rhinebeck defeated Meskwaki Settlement 90-0. Ames and Iowa City are tied at 28 late in the fourth quarter.
Wow, that is the Little Cyhawk Trophy game. Jacob Hayes to the air on first. Corey Smith makes a really nice catch. He's going to come up with a reception for 3 yards.
The marking on the ball over there, Corey Smith caught it 4 yards ahead, was pushed back.
Forward progression.
They mark him at
1
yard, and it was right in front of his face.
Yeah, that should be at least a 4-yard gain or so right there. Corey Brooks was hit and went back. I don't know if he hit his head, but he's down on the far side of the field.
Yeah, one of those things that Jacob will learn is like some of his balls can float a little bit, is you don't want to put your wide receiver in a bad situation, and with him having to go up to get it, kind of exposed himself.
Yeah. And you do that sometimes when you're younger. You're not throwing off, you're throwing too much off your back foot, and you're not stepping into those throws and driving them. I saw a little bit in his warm-ups, but I thought other than that, he's done a pretty good job here tonight. They do move the spot up a yard, so they give him a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 as Corey Smith slow to get up, but finally gets up, and he'll walk off with the help of the trainer for the Marshalltown Bobcats.
And that's a tough loss, both from the safety position and the wide receiver. Looks potentially like an ankle or.
1:54 to go in the game. Bobcats down by 2 scores.
Still have all 3 timeouts. If you can get a score, you're going to look to onside on here.
Yeah.
So if
use those timeouts,
it takes a perfect blend of opportunity and situation to happen, but it's with 114 seconds left, it is possible.
114.
Hey, I'm going to start doing that when we have more than like 7 minutes left.
Jacob Hayes had his arm hit again. It looked like it's going to be intercepted. Trayshawn Brooks makes the tackle. Isaiah Brooks is the one who makes the interception. And that will probably lock in the win for the Wildcats, who drive over 2 hours to get their first victory of the season. And Hayes, again, had his arm hit.
Really what happened there is I think
play.
the pocket just imploded where he couldn't step.
Yeah.
He was trying to throw out of
Could
a
not
phone.
step it up,
He was
yeah.
trying to throw out of a phone booth, and that works for a 5-yard out. It doesn't work for a fly pattern.
I don't think there's a phone booth around.
No. I saw one in a small town in southern Georgia.
Oh,
I had
okay.
to take a picture of it because I hadn't seen one in 3 years.
When I was up in Mankato, Minnesota, so probably about 5-6 years ago, they had one in North Mankato, but when they did some renovations, they removed it, and people were outraged.
Oh,
Where am I going to make my collect calls?
That's right. 1-800-COLLECT sponsored that phone booth, and then they just ripped it out.
Yeah, one of my favorite commercials was a collect call. It was a son calling his dad. They just had a baby, and he goes, "It's Bob. We had a baby. It's a boy."
Yes, that's great. Yes, I do remember that.
Classic.
It's a baby. Yes, I. That's a good one.
I mean, I love technology, but sometimes
you take away our collect call commercials.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah. Bogan, the handoff on second down, dropped in the backfield as he picked up just a couple on first down. He'll lose one right here. Owen Eaton in the backfield to make the play. Third down as we have 45 seconds to go inside Marshalltown High School at the new Bobcat Sports Complex, opening up with a loss in a first-time ever meeting with the Davenport North Wildcats.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough loss. Bobcats are going to look at the film, and it's the small things. It's the offsides on 4th and 4 because Bobcats moved the ball well, but not being able to take advantage of great field position throughout the night, often starting right around midfield, but only having those 3 touchdowns to show for it. But I will say, first-time starter, sophomore, first-time running back, and Xavier Anderson. Tate Ring coming back, being able to run the football a little bit. There's some signs of life on an anemic offense that had been averaging 1.5 points a game.
Bobcats score 3, but it's not enough as they fall 35. And Leonard Cole Field as both teams meeting at midfield here this evening. Wildcats run up a ton of yards on the ground. Bogan goes over 200 with 3 touchdowns. We'll recap this one from Leonard Cole Field tonight in our locker room report. All brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors. That's coming up next. You're watching Bobcat football on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Welcome back inside the press box at Leonard Cole Field. Brandon Lewis still in dose alongside me tonight. Thanks so much to our crew, Joe Cornwell, as well as Keith Stewart on camera work tonight. Zach Tomish on stats, as our on-site producer, Todd Steinkamp, and Jeff Brooks back at the KFJB radio studios. 35-21 is our final score here tonight. Bobcats, couple touchdowns in that first half. They did score 1 touchdown in the second half, as really thought that, that second half touchdown, things were going along, plugging along, couldn't do anything much. And then Bobcats, that was the second touchdown in the first half, and that one went to Corey Smith. But then an 81-yard strike to wide receiver in Trayshawn Brooks. One play on that drive, 81 yards, got into the end zone. Bobcats got back within one. It was one score. It was 28-21, given a little bit of confidence at that point in time, but just could not finish it out here against the Wildcats.
Yeah, then they got the turnover. After looking like they're on their heels, they got a fumble, had the ball looking to score, and then a great amount of pressure. There's that fumble right there that Owen Eaton's able to eat up there, and then very quickly the sophomore Jacob Hayes went to throw, had Caleb Kusero open on a wheel route, got his arm hit, popped it up midfield, picked by the Wildcats, and then they'd march in to score their 5th and final touchdown of the night.
Yeah, Wildcats 35-21. Quick recap of stats here tonight, Dylan.
Yeah, when we look at it, Xavier Anderson ended up with 27 yards on 9 carries. Caleb Kusero had 2 carries for -2 yards, but he did have 4 catches for 24 yards. Tate Ring got 16 carries for 65 yards. Good night for the senior. Really nice to have him back there. Jacob Hayes had 5 carries for 14 yards, and Corey Smith had that fake punt for 22 yards, along with 3 catches for 11 yards and a touchdown. Overall, Jacob Hayes ended up going. He went 12 of 21 for 165 yards. He had the hat trick of touchdowns, but he also had the hat trick of interceptions. Trayshawn Brooks was electric on the outside, had 3 receptions for 122 yards. Twice he was only stopped by the goal line with those 2 touchdowns. On the flip side, the big dog, Mason Bogan, only had 30 carries for only 218 yards. He was everywhere with 3 touchdowns. Kazmir Rabarchik had 23 yards on the ground, including a touchdown, but he didn't need to throw much in the second half, and he ended, though, with 6 of 11 for 70 yards, all rounded out. That's a 35-21 victory for Davenport North over your Marshalltown Bobcats.
Coming up in the locker room report, we will talk to head coach Adam Goodvin, also name our Bobcat player of the game, all brought to you by Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill, and we'll also check out our sweet play of the game. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Sign up now for the Bowling League at Wayward Social in Marshalltown. So enjoy that like you did so many times in the past. Also enjoy their outdoor patio, Gutter Point Patio and Bar for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. Daily lunch specials each Tuesday through Friday. Happy hours from 3 to 6 p.m. Also Tuesday through Friday. It's a great place to meet your friends after work. Whether it's bowling, dining, the arcade, or your favorite beverage, Wayward Social is the place for you on South 6th Street in Marshalltown.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. Quality furniture for every room in your home. Pence Appliance and TV. For sales and service of everything appliance, come see the Pence team. Wayward Social. The place for bowling, games, food, and more. Wells Fargo Advisors. Marshalltown. Sports Plus. Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center. SportsPlusTherapy.com.
Back in the locker room report, all presented by Wells Fargo Advisors. Time now for our KFJB-TV Player of the Game, presented by Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill in Marshalltown. Dylan?
Yeah, it's going to be the sophomore signal caller. Overall, really good night for the young man. He went 12 of 21, 165 yards in the air. Did throw 3 touchdowns, did have those 3 picks, those 2 late, just as the pressure got in, hit his arm, rushed his feet. And he was also able to run for 14 yards. I thought overall that had to be an A-plus effort. Not sure what you're going to get from the sophomore. I thought he competed and made some big-time throws and kept a level head throughout the ups and downs of this ball game.
That's our Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill Player of the Game. Each week, Calvin Rocket awards a free handheld to the Bobcat Player of the Game. We'll talk with head coach Adam Goodvin when we come back. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Hey Bobcats, this is Garrett with Calvin Rocket. I'm happy to partner up with KFJB and continue the tradition of Bobcat Player of the Week. Follow us on social media for all your Calvin favorites, news specials, and exciting news that's coming down the road. Stop on in and give us a try. We're open Monday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., and starting September 10th, we'll be open on Sundays for the start of the NFL season. We'll see you at Calvin Rocket, and go Bobcats.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Welcome back into Locker Room Report, all brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors. It's now time for our coach's interview, all brought to you by Marshalltown YMCA, YWCA for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. Welcome in Adam Goodvin, head coach for the Bobcats. Coach, I know 35-21, not the result you wanted, but thought a lot of really good positive things that we haven't seen through the first couple of weeks. Obviously getting 3 scores on the game. I thought Jacob Hayes really handled himself really well back there for his first varsity start.
Yeah, I just got done telling those guys there's, as hard as it is to say right now in the moment, I think there was definitely more positives tonight than there were negatives. And we constantly talk about getting better every single day. So I think we're going in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Winning 5A football, winning a football game at this level is hard. It's not easy, and it takes time and effort on a consistent basis, and that's what we're working towards.
When you look at this game here tonight, to get a couple of those scores out there, for the connection that Jacob Hayes, as a sophomore signal caller, is able to hit Trayshawn Brooks. You look at that one play, 81 yards. I mean, those are things that sometimes you don't see at a consistent basis from even maybe an older player, but to be able to come out and do that on your first night, be a little bit cool, calm, collected, was good to see. But also you helped him out. I noticed you had a little bit different play calls. You were able to put 3 backs in the backfield, maybe help buy him some time.
Yeah, the thing with Jacob is he plays with a lot of confidence. He hasn't had a whole lot of time out there to even screw up. So he's out there playing with confidence and learning as he goes. So, it's a good recipe to work with. And, our guys, like you said, our guys did an outstanding job of protecting. A couple of those plays that we had some guys up on his toes and got some hands up in the way that unfortunately went to them. So, there's definitely things to work on as well.
And it seemed really interesting. Moving Jacob into the starting lineup actually helped your running back crew. We saw Tate Ring again. We really haven't seen him in the backfield since the first half against Mason City. But you add Xavier Anderson. It really gave some weapons and allowed Trey to stay on the outside where he made some big plays. As a coach, how good does it feel to know you have that type of playmaker on the outside in Trey Brooks?
Well, it's huge. We'll start with our backs. Both Xavier and Tate and Kusaro and Griesel and Ragland. I mean, they're all tough kids. They're tough kids, and they're going to take advantage of it when we've got numbers. But on the outside, both Corey and Trey have played a lot of football for us. They're both extremely hard to defend. I don't know if there's just a single guy, on our schedule that could just man up on Trey, to be honest. But, we're getting better.
And being able to have him back there, maybe kind of showing examples. He's such a threat. The Wildcats ended up not even kicking to him late because of the threat of him. When you have playmakers like that, I'm sure you're hoping that kind of rubs off on other guys on that playmaking ability.
Yeah, and I think it is. I mean, I think it's given them some confidence. We've got guys out here making plays. Why can't we do that? So.
Yeah, and I thought on the other side of the football, especially on the line play, we've talked a lot about Ignacio Macias again, came in and did that. But I thought, number 87, we were talking a lot about Lincoln Barker, especially the way he finished last year. I thought tonight was his best overall game at left end this year.
Yeah, you know what? Switching some things up offensively has given him a little breather in between, series. So he's more fresh out there on the defensive side of the ball, and he's a guy with some experience, and he's done an outstanding job of being a leader here for us. And, he's a tough, big kid for us. So proud of him.
Yeah, I know result maybe not what you wanted, but it was a beautiful football Friday night, a beautiful night for your opening game. I know the freshman team got a win earlier tonight, so definitely a fun first night for Marshalltown Bobcat football here at this facility. Yeah,
like you said, other than that result, it's beautiful here. We're very fortunate to have this entire setup that we've got, so can't wait to be back here again next week.
Newton on the schedule next week, right?
Yep.
Welcome into the Cardinals as a rival in town for homecoming week. Thanks for the time, Coach.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, that's our post-game chat with Coach, all brought to you by your Marshalltown YMCA YWCA. We'll check out our sweet play of the game coming up next, right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
The Marshalltown YMCA YWCA is a place for everyone, no matter their age or background. We strive to create a facility that is welcoming and inviting to all. We offer a gym, 2 pools, the latest in exercise and strength training equipment, and a running track. We also offer youth and adult sports leagues, CrossFit, swim lessons, preschool and childcare, group exercise classes, and more. We're more than a gym. We're a community where friendships are made and lives are improved every day. Visit ymca-ywca.org or stop by for a tour.
Back inside Marshalltown Sports Complex at Leonard Cole Field, 35-21 the final as the Bobcats as they fall on their home opener at the brand new football facility. Now time to check out our sweet play of the game, which is all brought to you by Lily Mae Chocolates and made hand dips since 1939. Always open at Lily Mae Chocolate. And I posted on social media
I know you
earlier
did. I
today.
was going to ask you.
I said it was Trayshawn Brooks with a sweet play in week 1. Week number 2 was somebody else step up, and Trayshawn said, no, there will not be another person that gets the sweet play of the game. Here it was. As Trayshawn Brooks. It was such a good play.
You know who Todd said couldn't get Trayshawn Brooks? Todd Steinkamp could stop.
He's putting a kibosh on that play.
He says no Trey Brooks week 3.
There. Oh, hey, there we go. All right. Slant route. And the DBs bite too much.
Yep.
And deuces. We'll see you later.
Yeah, there's nothing. All that's is like, how fast can I run this in my mind? He was never going to get touched. And that was a huge one. Made it 1 score with 5 minutes left to go, but the Bobcats couldn't quite make the full comeback.
And as our sweet play of the game, all brought to you by Lily Mae Chocolates. Open at lilymaechocolate.com. This is the Locker Room Report from Marshalltown High School on KFJB-TV.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Pushed out of the pocket. Barker is chasing him. Can he get to him? Wade throws late over the middle of the field. Is it picked? Do the Bobcats have it? Yeah, they do! Welcome back to Marshalltown High School. Leonard Cole Field. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dose alongside me. Hey, coming up next week, it is homecoming. As, the Newton Cardinals, the old Cats, and the Cards on KFJB-TV.
Yeah, both of them coming off of losses. Newton lost to Norwalk tonight. It's going to be a great atmosphere, much like tonight, full stands, full hearts. And you know what they say, full stands, full hearts can't lose. Hopefully next week that's what it'll say on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that is for sure. Of course, always good to have the rival in town as the Bobcats take on the Cardinals next week. And yours truly will not be along. I'll be going and saying hi to Coach Prime as Colorado looks to take down Colorado State.
Yeah, I'll be filling your shoes, and we're going to turn Zaka Stat into Zaka Color commentator next week. So pretty excited.
Doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Not as well. Not as well, but we're looking forward to it. Great Bobcat win, and this is what I know. When the play-by-play guy goes out of town, that's when the win happens. That's when the great plays happen. That's when I get to say, hey, Brandon, you missed it. While you're going to be in heaven. You're going to be seeing Coach Prime. He's going to give you some swag.
I hope so.
He's going to shake your hand. You're not even going to care that you missed out because you're going to have a great time next week.
You know, I want to race him because I think this is the only time I could ever beat Deion Sanders in a race. Hey, thanks so much to our crew tonight. Great job, as always, as Keith Stewart, Joe Cornwell on camera work, Todd Steinkamp, our producer on site. Brooksy, we love you back there at the KFJB studios.
Brooks, you are the glue that holds us together. Have a great night. We hope to see you soon, face to face.
Zach Tomash on stats. For Dylan Dose, I'm Brandon Lewis. You've been watching Marshalltown Bobcat football right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Today's game on KFJB-TV was brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Farm Bureau, Agent Austin Illum, Rainbow Car Wash, Laurel Diesel Services, Ken's Transmission, 5 Star Real Estate Group, Brown's Shoe Fit, Calvin Rocket, Effington Heating and Cooling, Lily May Chocolate, Marshalltown YMCA YWCA. Wow.